Right. All right. All right. All right. Right. Likes, shares, and stuff. And get them tapping, get the tapping before I slapping. The tapping before I start the slapping. Then, I don't even know what I just did. That was crazy. Wrong. The heck? Oh man. Do a couple hours, about an hour on this thing. Get off this thing at 10 o'clock. People like to pop up when I got to go to bed. Just chilling out. How this go? Yes. So this word I noticed that Women don't like, a lot of women don't like the word settle. I noticed that. Or normal or stuff like that. Average, you know. What it look like me being with the average guy. Man, dog, something straight up went down the wrong pipe. It's crazy. For Major League Baseball's All-Star Week, here's a review reminder. What you over there watching? Somebody watching? You watching something over there?
Sports Center.
Mm-hmm. What's in there? What's up, my brother?
How you doing, Jay?
What up, Tay? I see you down there. Brown sugar, I see you tapping down there. Ugh. Somehow I watched this room and picking up quicker than than yesterday. I saw my man all yesterday.
Yeah, I came up here. I like sometimes like when you like I be doing going live sometimes. Sometimes you just need one person to get up there and start the conversation, and then everybody start following in.
Oh yeah, that's how it be sometimes.
Yeah, so let me
It
hop on.
varies. Sometimes I've been up here talking and people just flying here. I remember one time I was talking, and I just talk anyway because most of the stuff I put on YouTube anyway. So it's just like me, just still my message gonna get out there regardless.
Yeah.
So that's why I just start off talking, even if it ain't nobody in the room. I just talk, you know. But yeah, some people be standing on the outside. Some people be, then sometimes it just come up. I remember one time I was talking out of nowhere, I zoned out, and there was like 100 and some people in the room. Like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Like, what the heck? This
So
thing
help
be
me
doing what it want.
understand question number two. 'Cause I read it, but I don't understand. I don't understand it.
Number two, so why do they say shame doesn't work when it comes to women now? Then shame and bash the person that shamed women in the same breath. So basically, they trying to say they always now they come up with this stuff. Well, shame don't work and all this other stuff. Nah, I don't. But all these years, it's been always everybody been doing their shaming thing. But I think because it's been so focused on women lately, now they try to say shame don't work.
I
Okay,
don't get it.
been talking about drunks and uh Papa being a Rolling Stone and all this other stuff. We've been doing all that cheating dudes and playing players, shaming them all these years, and now they want to say, "Oh, it don't work." So,
Yeah, players. I mean, I I hate to say it, but the men in the community are, for majority, are a direct reflection of the women. Like I was
mhm,
told a woman a while ago, like when men had to open doors or whatever the case was to be to have access to women, that's what they did. If women
mhm,
if women said that they wasn't having sex with men unless he was going to college and getting himself together and working on
right.
a career, the college just be full of niggas. You know what I'm saying? But
I was saying that too. I used to say that a while ago.
yeah, since they don't
If they
have
had
to,
having degrees in a certain thing, then they'd be getting it together, especially for the punana.
yeah,
A punana.
man, I jump through hoops for it, and
Yeah. But
but
shoot, now they giving it up for 40 ball or some green leaf. They making
well,
it easy.
not where I'm from. It's hard to try to get some cat for some tree because it's so cheap. It's like we got dispensaries
What
everywhere.
up, Sean?
You can get a woman can get high for $1 around here. So you know, it,
For $1, right?
yeah, they got dollar joints around here.
Mhm. I understand it. My boys, all you gotta do is say you want to smoke. That's the new game now. All you gotta say, pull up, smoke, roll one, roll one. That's all they say. Roll
Yeah,
one. Next minute, she rolling around on your bed.
you're a fool for that.
That's the new game now. That's what I'm saying.
Did she clean up the room, Dad? Did she clean up her room?
No,
No.
not yet.
Oh.
That's all it is. Right. Not him, not her attacking one of my mods up in here. That's one of my peoples. You gotta wait till it's on the outside of my room. I protect my people. What a couple of mods ain't been in here. Everybody get fired. Sorry, no. Let's see something real quick. Video. What you got for us, Billy, man? You want to hit this topic real quick? See what you got for me. Pretty sure you got some good answers. I just said, give me some money.
Which topic we on?
Started off with the topic itself. That's gonna be the main thing we kind of gonna be focused on. Is the topic question. Why do a lot of women get
I keep
wild
forgetting that
through?
top part.
Hmm?
I keep forgetting that top part. I
The
always
word I
skip
know
over
everybody
that.
do. Everybody do.
Man, you gotta highlight that up there in white, man.
Mm-hmm.
Why do a lot of women today get triggered by settle?
Oh my,
Let's see.
that's a heavy breath right there. What's up, Tax? How you feeling? She doing a drive-by. You doing a drive-by on my room? I see.
But yeah, I think a lot of women get settled because some women got specific standards that they
What's
do
the
not want
deal,
to
Slim in the building?
go against. If that
Yeah.
makes any sense. Like, for example, let's say there's a tall woman. Let's say she's 6'2". Chances are I see a lot of tall women claim that they have a hard time finding a man, that they can't never find nobody. But I find it hard to believe. It's not that you can't find a man. It's just that the man you want does not commonly exist, because chances are she's looking for a man that's taller than her, when there's a whole bunch of dudes that's walking around that she could have been dated, but the most dudes that she see are shorter than her, and apparently she doesn't want a dude that's shorter than her. She's looking for a dude that's more taller than her for her to be 6'2". So that's why I call bullshit every time I hear a tall woman say she can't find a man. Yes, you can. You just looking for a man that's taller than you, but because you don't want to date a man that's shorter than you. That's all it is. Like, for example, women who are very successful, women who might make 6 or 7 figures, I find it also hard to believe that they can't find a man. Yes, you can. Every time you walk outside, there's a bunch of men walking around. Some of them are single. You could have got any one of those men, but since they don't make as much money as you, or since they don't make more than you, you don't want them. So that's why you're having a hard time, because you're too busy trying to look for somebody that make the same as you. Not even most women. Even most women don't even make that much. Even most men don't make that much. Most people are average. So why not just date somebody and just get it over with? Is my point. So that's why when they hear settle, it pisses them off, because they don't want to do that. I mean, I don't see nothing wrong with settling.
I think, and what I noticed, I was thinking about this yesterday. I think a lot of the times, I think when they hear settle, I think they think about settle for less. I think they
Basically.
automatically just jump straight to that when you hear the word settle. But yeah.
I think
Okay, you started heavy in the paint. I see that. I see what you did with that one. Okay.
I think women are forced to be triggered by settle because people
Talk about it.
constantly pick at their standards. Because like, if like it, me as a man or you as a man, let's just take picking our significant other off the board. Like, if we was going to buy a car or we was going to buy a house, everything that we're going to purchase or invest our time and effort and energy into, we're going to get exactly what we want. But then you have a demographic of people to tell you, when you picking a significant partner, that you then have to take less or take a lot of things that you want in the person off. And if you do take that off the board and you don't find somebody, and then you're the problem. I don't think that's necessarily the problem. If you have a standard in which you're just going to, like, if you're not going to change that standard and that's always going to be your standard, then that's just what it is. But if you've had a lower standard in the beginning and then you change your standard and won't never go back to the lower standard, that's different. But there's a demographic of people that just won't change their standard no matter what. And I don't think they
Mm.
should be attacked for that.
Mm. That's what it is. What you got for us, sis? So I gotta invite some people my thing on. So if y'all can too, y'all can go ahead and send some shares out. I know y'all got some friends too. Hit them likes real quick. Give me about 5K just for now. There's only a few of us in here. But what you got for us? Sis?
So what we talking about? I heard a little bit of something about picking or choosing or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think
no,
everybody was just from going off first thought of what they looked at with the settle thing.
settle. Oh, we talked about that yesterday. Nobody wants to settle, but I did hear something to. My kids is bugging. I did hear something today that sometimes what we want is different from what we need.
Mm.
And I wonder, is that like the settling part? Like, you want this tall, dark, handsome, or whatever the case may be, that's what you want. But is that what you need?
Mm.
Can two things be, like, can you get the full, like, can you have everything? And I think some people get that. They get everything that they want. I see couples that look like they're very, very ecstatic with each other. But I don't know. I think the settling brings a lot of other stuff into play, like cheating, a lot of, because it's like you ain't really getting what you want. Like, so if you go off of what I need, right? Because like I need somewhere to live, but do I want to live in a little 1-bedroom apartment? Am I happy there? No, I'm living, but am I happy? So I think it's kind of like the same with a partner. Like, yeah, he might be a good person, but is this really who I want? Like, he could be what I need, but is this everything that I want? I don't know.
I get you. I get you.
I agree with her because have you ever seen a man complaining about a relationship with a woman that feels like she settled for him? Like some people think that they're having just normal relationship
I wanted
problems.
to get there too, though. I couldn't fit that up there though.
And it's not that they have a relationship problem. It's the fact that they found a woman that feel like she settled for them and she feel like she can do better. So therefore, she gonna hold this dude to unrealistic expectations because for one, you must have had to sell herself to her, and for that reason alone, he'll never not be able to sell himself to her. He'll never be able to come short. He'll never be able to do a whole lot of stuff. So I don't think women should settle because it's just gonna cause a whole bunch of chaos and conflict.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think men settle as much as women probably do.
Mm.
Settle, like I think women, they can have the man that they want, but then they'll settle for cheating. Or they can have the man that they want, but they'll settle for like all of the extra stuff. Where it's still like, okay, you got the man that you want, but he not treating you right. So you're still settling in a way. You're still settled. So I don't know. I think it takes a lot. I don't know.
Yeah, I gotta add that question up there. I got enough room. Yeah, now y'all got me want to put that up there. Now. Mm-hmm.
We living in a difficult little world nowadays where people are just, especially now. So it's kind of hard to say.
Mm. Naya,
Yes.
what's up?
Hi. How are you?
Hi.
You got a smirk. I don't like it.
You already know. You know what's coming out.
I don't.
Every praise, cause you are God.
Oh God.
You gotta get it. You got to get it. You knew it was coming
I
too.
know. You just so calm though. You just.
Cause you are God.
And the sad part is you messing up the lyrics. That's what make it work.
God, my Savior. That's the part that gets you right there.
It's the intro. Well,
Yes, it is.
I hear piano play da 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 da. It's just
Right, right before the singing.
why, why we gotta play
That's the
this
part you
song?
said.
Why we
I
gotta
said,
play
how
this
you?
song?
You said you heathen. How you not like that song?
Her. It's just a musician in me. We overplayed that song, and then the older I get, the more I
To do
realize.
Zeus.
The more I get, the older I get, the more I realize me and Hezekiah Walker just don't get along. We just don't.
What?
We just don't. Because his songs are so simple for people to catch on that they re-sang it in church so much.
Oh, you getting tired of it? That's what it is.
Yes, like the song One More Day, it got to the point I had a meeting with the church. I ain't finna hold you. I told y'all we gotta let this go. Thank God for another day, but we gotta let One More Day go. It became the intro for the church live. I said we gotta let it go and let God. The church don't
Hey.
no more after that meeting. But with your questions, can you kind of explain on the settling part? Make sure I'm on the right, path or what I'm thinking.
No, go ahead and spit it out. What come to your mind when you see that?
I'm looking at two different ways. I'm looking at the
Okay.
one way of when the man say they settled, like I settled with this woman, or that's why I'd be like, ooh, when I get triggered, it's like, why you settle with me? Because the settled does not sound the best way. But now if you say I settled down with you in a relationship, I can't get triggered by that. But if you put in the context of like,
Settle for?
huh?
You say settle for? That's
Yeah,
bad.
it's not. It's like, is it bad?
One of the dude was like a player all that time, and he said, I will settle for you.
See, it's like at that point, baby, I want you to choose the other people. Because it's like I feel like
That's a bad thing.
I prefer for the dude.
Out of all these women, I will settle for you.
I prefer for the dude to say, out of all these women, I chose you. Then
That word settle or something. That's
settlement is like, because I guess all throughout life, people make settling sound like the worst thing. And it's like, settling sound like a thing of like, you know what, I couldn't get the other people, so I had no choice but to go ahead and settle with you. At that point, baby, I don't want to be the person you settle for. I need to know that you chose me. It wasn't the thing of you said, choose me. That's what I need. I need to hear that I'm chosen, not settled for. That's not okay with you, Kev, if a woman said that.
Yeah, I don't care. I was just about to put down. I don't think men care that much for real. I'm about to literally. That's about to be my next. I'm about to put my. I'm trying to squeeze that up there. I'm making it right now.
You want to know what else? You want to know what else crazy? Because a lot of married women don't even know their husband settled for them. They're your husband settled for
He
you.
trying to start some stuff.
He couldn't get the type of woman that he wanted, so he just went ahead and settled with you. A lot of married women don't know this.
She trying to trigger the room. That's why she's the villain. I see why.
I'm gonna say this too, though. It's the mature side of me as well, trying to grow as a human being. Is like, I know I can't. People want the idea of the 100% person. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, ooh, so it within, I don't know. Maybe this sound wrong when it comes out, but I hope whoever need to understand and understood what I'm about to say. Although you may have wanted the 100% or the person with the fun side, which was the 20%, you had to accept that this other person was the 8% that you needed. So it's like, but that word settling, baby, don't do that. Don't say I settled with the 80% instead of the 20%. Don't do that. That still sound bad, even though the number higher. Say I chose that 80 over 20.
I get that. I'm with you on that, Nyla. And I think I just said that the want versus that need is what you want versus what you need. What's good for you?
It's mature. Like I told, like for me, it's
But what we're also dealing with is a generation of people who will go out and spend all their money and resources on things that they want and struggle with the things that they need. So of course you're gonna run across a whole bunch of people that'll choose what they want over what they need.
So that's our biggest issue. The way you do one thing is the way you do all things, huh?
I mean, yeah, I see that. But would you say that's within this generation, or that's just a whole
human race in general.
I think collectively.
Because in the generation, I don't know how old you guys are. I'm about to be 45 next month. So in
Oh,
the generation that I grew up in, in the generation of baby boomers. I grew up in a generation where a man wasn't ashamed to struggle with his woman and vice versa. Like I grew up in the era where women and men struggled together and they figured it out for the sake of the children. And they didn't have nobody looking in on them, critiquing them. They didn't have Facebook or Instagram to look at and say, you should be doing this, you should be doing that. They just had their partner, they loved them, and they just tried to move forward as best as they can through poverty, through thick and thin, through wealth. And we don't have that in this generation no more because the generation of me, we try to give our kids everything that we didn't have, which has ruined the whole generation. We got kids that's sitting out here that, they only focus on their wants because as a parent, we gave them all the things that they want and we didn't teach them the things that they needed to know. So I take a full responsibility for my generation having a hand in what's going on today.
I'm gonna say this because I'm 21 and my father is the age group that you said.
I'm 21 too.
We
I'm
20.
31.
You
Oh,
the villain. I'm the good one. You the
We
villain.
got some little babies up in here. Little baby.
I ain't no babe. I'm a grown woman.
Boy,
My
just give me your little cheek. Just give me
you
your
sound like a
cheek.
grown woman up there, girl.
Ma'am.
Period. Tell them stop playing with me.
You sound like a grown woman talking about 221.
You
Fuck
go
a
on with your
baby.
baby.
I ain't no baby between them sheets.
Oh my goodness.
What?
Oh my gosh. That's not the flex, man. I could tell you a baby have to use that for a flex, man.
Okay.
That's the problem. There ain't no baby in them sheets. Where baby want to come to marriage. I'm talking about the new age. I ain't talking about you. Though. I'm just saying in general. Man.
Gotcha. But I'm gonna say this to Mr. Hustler though. The thing is, so my father is in the age group that you said that you are in, and me and my homegirl, parents around the same age, and we was actually discussing about how the generation was willing to give everything that they didn't have. But I'm gonna say this: I'm not gonna say the problem isn't giving everything that y'all didn't have; it's how you gave it. And I'm gonna give the example of my parents. They gave us a lot of stuff. However, they didn't just say, hey, here you go. We had to work for it. We had to learn how to budget. We had to learn how to save. We had to learn how to earn it more than just give it to us. Could they have just gave it to us and still looked out and fulfilled that wish? Yes, they did. They did two things in one. So I don't think it's the problem of giving it to us. I think it's on how it was given to us.
Yeah, right.
Listen, settle for the win. We're gonna settle, ain't everybody? Ain't that right? We're gonna settle. We're gonna settle.
I think settling was a terrible
I
idea.
ain't settling.
Nobody
I'm
should settle.
sorry. But
She said, I ain't down it.
I think everybody should find what they want and don't settle for less than.
Sorry, but we're gonna have to settle because usually the type
Why
of
do the
people.
word less than always got to come back from behind? I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. It's okay to settle.
Just think about
Because what
everybody.
if the person you settling for might be the person that you need versus the person that you actually want is the person that you don't even need?
Can I ask you a question
it's
that
always
makes
like that.
Can I ask you a question that promotes you to think and actually listen to what you're saying? Anybody who ever settled for something always feel like they can do better. So whenever times get hard with that person, or whenever that person is not your favorite person, because in relationships, everybody's not going to wake up to every day in love. So when you feel like you settle for that person, those days become a lot difficult to deal with than the days when you got the person that you want to be with.
Hey, the hustler, okay. Do you have any kids?
Yes, I have 3. I'm a single father.
Okay, did you have a preference of what you wanted?
Yeah, I had a preference, but I stuck to that preference, so therefore I never settled.
Okay, so would you say that people who wanted a boy and they end up with a girl, would you say they settled? And do anything comes different from you settling? And do you still love that child the same? What is the
That's
difference?
why I got Shine in here, boy. I love this question.
From that?
Those are two different things because you don't get a choice in whatever creator you believe in determines what the gender of your child's going to be. That's something totally different than the person that you choose to share your life with.
I know, but
One's an option, and the other one's after you already said that you're gonna have a kid. It's just that's up to chance. You don't have no control over that.
okay,
You have-
I get that part, right? I'm talking about the part of you yourself wanting something, not the creator. I'm saying what you want. If a woman wanted a boy and she ended up with a girl, would you consider that settling?
No, I wanted all boys, and I got 2 girls and a boy and a grandbaby.
Okay.
I wanted all boys at one point, but I ended up with 2 girls and a grandbaby, and I love them all the same.
Okay, so it's nothing wrong with settling according to your own logic.
I didn't settle. That's what I was given. There's no choice.
I got shine here, bro. That was a good one. I didn't think about that though.
Now, if I wanted to spend the money to go get Vitro and choose all boys, and then I just decided that at the last minute they can give me a girl, that would be settling. But I didn't take the choice route.
Interesting. AJ, what's up?
Hello.
How you feeling, man?
Feeling good. I'm gonna need y'all to tap this screen, share this live out though. For sure. Don't make me have to stop the live like I did yesterday, y'all. That was
So you think I thought I forgot?
Ooh, yeah, y'all thought I forgot, huh? Y'all thought I forgot.
It is the one, like, out of all of my, yeah, that's the one I don't play. So
Yeah.
you gotta take the word serious.
Just saying. Hey, all I'm saying is, not only do I need y'all to tap this screen, I'm gonna share this live out. And if I gotta keep telling y'all, coming up off this little Mikey mic, I'm telling y'all to tap the screen, just understand I will turn the damn comments off. Okay? Ain't nobody talking. So tap the screen.
I need to learn how to like this.
And so let me guess. These 3 kids got 3 different mothers.
2.
Oh, okay. I figured.
Facetious. Never mind. I'm gonna be quiet.
I was married twice, so.
I figured.
There goes I spoke the other question.
Okay. I just
The
want to say
fact that I asked it is because they always ask women that how many men did you have these kids by?
Well, I just want to say this real quick. I don't care how many baby daddies you have. Some of them in here so they could tap the screen, and I don't care how many baby mamas you have. Some of them in here so they could tap the screen.
Gotcha. My goal is to have 12 different baby daddies. I'm trying to create
Yeah, that 21 is really showing. The more you talk.
Hey, real quick.
Hey, actually, that's smart.
That's smart. You know why? Because if they all came in here and tapped the screen, we'd be at 100K.
I'm basically trying to create a biblical situation. I'm trying to be Jesus and his 12 disciples. Kind of like something like that.
Okay, that's she took it way
Wow,
up.
y'all sound that's y'all got an accent. I just noticed that both y'all 21 heads got the accent.
Oh, where you from, Villa? If you don't mind answering.
I'm from Mississippi.
We ain't close.
Oh, never mind. Y'all just got an accent to me. Y'all don't sound the same. I'm hearing it now. Y'all don't sound the same, but y'all got an accent to me.
Hey, Kev, could one really know if they settled? Because how would you know that you settled if you don't have anything to compare it to? Like with my wife, I can't say that I settled because I haven't met any.
Yo, who said something about Mississippi?
What was that?
I'm playing. Go ahead.
Oh, I was like, God damn, you just came in. Now, it's hard. Like if let's say you with someone, right, and then you happen to like, how would you know if you settled because you don't really have it? You don't have anything to compare it to, and even the thing that you compare it to, even if that moment where you talking to another man, he's showing you all the things that you actually want to see at that moment. You don't know what he's like when he's under stress. You don't know what he's like with family members or anything. So how do one really know if they settled or not if you don't have anything to compare it to?
That question is easy to answer. So obviously, they've been with a lot of people. They've been with a lot of men, so people, Why did everybody go quiet?
Can you repeat
Why was fucking quiet?
I didn't hear the first part you said. Can you repeat it?
I said obviously they've been with a lot of people. There's a lot of reference points. There's a lot of saved points.
think it's different.
Not
I think
breaking
that
up.
looks different for everybody. Like how he said, like I think he was saying like is if you live with a lot of people. For me, is I can't ask no man what's the body count in because I don't even want to know. But for me, it would be if I'm just really not attracted to you. Like I know attraction thing, but like give me something good to look at. Like it for me personally, but I think it looks different for everybody.
Give me something good and tap the
I
screen.
was going to ask earlier, like, what exactly is settling?
Well, within this question, it'll be more for the man to answer.
Tap the screen, shut alive, everyone.
It
I'm
is.
sorry.
I
Where's
didn't say
Villain?
nobody. She dropped with her 12 disciples.
And you stay out. Don't say nothing about Mississippi, because this is... Now I'm just playing. Go ahead.
I kind of lost my train of thought when you said that. But yeah,
I'm
I'll go
sorry.
back. You good.
Yeah, so I was asking, what exactly is settling? What does it actually mean?
Settling means to... I hate when people say I'm going to settle down, because when you settle for something, that means you're not getting for what you're worth. And when you start settling, when you settle for one thing, it's kind of like running. When you start settling things for your life, you're going to settle for everything. You're going to settle for the jobs you work. You're going to settle for the friends you have. You're going to settle for the relationship. And you're going to wonder, why is my life so miserable? It's because of all the things that you settle for. So if somebody don't meet your requirements, it's your choice whether to date them or not. It's your choice whether to be friends with them or not. It's your choice whether to work that job. There's millions of jobs. There's millions of women. There's millions of men. There's only one you. You are responsible for a miserable life or a prosperous life. So.
Exactly. You said the word right there. I'm gonna give you an example. So, my daughter's father, I wanted him, but he wanted multiple women. So if I would have stayed, then I would have been settling. That's like an example. So like, do you want a family? Do you want monogamy or do you want poly? I don't want poly. And if I would have stayed, yeah, I wanted him, but I would have been in shambles. I would have been like, oh, this is like, I would have been dreading it because it's not what I want. Nothing about it makes me happy. But that would have been
And
settling.
if he would have
So I
stayed
think
with you,
settling
then
is
he would have
different.
And if you look at the context, you look at the context of when people saying you need to settle down, that means hurry up and get married. Guess what? When you do anything in a hurry, you're gonna pick wrong. You're gonna, when you pick in a hurry, you're probably not gonna pick the right ones. Have to take your time and date and meet people. Date means to collect data. So it's okay to date more than one person, but you can be in a relationship with just one. Dating and being in a relationship exclusively is literally two different things. So with that being said, I don't want people to settle down. Settle up, goddammit. So yeah.
Emmanuel asked a question about like what does the word settle mean. I took that literal on like what does the actual word mean, and I searched it up saying resolve or reach an agreement about an argument or problem, and it kind of go back into
Yeah, that's what I was looking at right there.
yeah. So it kind of like still put me in the place of like, okay, so if you had to sit here as humans, we all settle on a decision. We can all agree on that. However, we had to settle on the best decision, but when it come down to these conversations, when you hear people say, oh, I settled for this in life, I settled for that, it never comes out like, oh, I settled for something good. I don't think I ever heard within for relationship someone say a good outcome when they say they settled. Now, if y'all can send me a good experience that people have said with a great positive outcome with saying they settled, I haven't heard one.
It's never one.
I think although the definition doesn't come off negative, it's true. Okay, I agreed on something, we settled that dispute. However, you don't ever hear nothing good, and that's where the triggering comes. Because when you hear those conversations like, yeah, man, I just settled with this girl. Oh, girl, I just settled with him because this and that. It's like, are you really okay with life? Versus, it's the wordplay on how humans have chose to set that word.
That's absolutely true. When you think about, you never hear somebody say, "Oh, I settled for this outstanding job," or "I settled for this $1 billion." Like even when somebody trying to sing you even when you're in court, when they say settlement, they're gonna sing you something. You know what I'm saying? That and you in the justice, especially when they're in the wrong, they're probably let's give them a settlement or something like that. When actually the justice would probably outweigh, you know what I'm saying, outweigh what you're settling for. You know what I'm saying? You can't unalive my son and then send me money saying, could you get this settlement for $1 million? That ain't gonna bring my son back. You know what I'm saying? That's not gonna bring my son back. But I'll settle for the $1 million. You know what I'm saying? So it's like whatever you choose to settle for, you're communicating that this is not what this ain't my worth, but I guess I'll take it. I guess I'll take it.
Do you
So
believe? Do you believe that as far as like when you look at the word settle, do you think it's unrealistic that every day in our own personal lives we settle every single day in our own lives, but then when we get with someone else, we expect it not to settle? Like when you think of settle, it could be you wanted Chick-fil-A, but it's closed on Sunday, so you settle for Popeyes. You wanted this car, but your credit wasn't good enough, so you wanted a Tesla. Your credit wasn't good enough, so you settle for maybe a Mazda or something. Just because you settled don't mean it don't turn out to be something that was needed compared to what you wanted. So to me, I don't see nothing wrong with settling because we do it every single day in our own personal lives outside of relationships.
I would just say the only thing about that is when you're choosing a partner, a lifelong partner, no, I would not want to settle. A car, I can always go trade it in. My husband, I can't go trade him in. I got him for life.
I ask you
I ain't settling for that.
I ask you this. Do you believe that even when it comes to your partner, that you could have someone that covers 100% of what you're actually looking for? If that's the case, you're looking at a perfect person, which none of us is perfect.
But that's unrealistic, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because nobody will ever meet your 100% expectation. And with that being said, but when you settle for something, it's more something that's like something that you really is not really on the top of your list. But the dangers of settling for someone is, okay, let's just say for instance, you'll do, and you're a morally good person, but what happens when after you get married and before I start this, let's not look at it from like a moral standpoint. Let's look at it from a realistic standpoint, because this happens every single day. You'll do. I'll marry you. Hey, you're a good person. You got to go smile when it's dark outside, I guess, But then you go to work and you meet that person that actually corresponds with you, but you're married. If you would have just waited a little bit longer, you know what I'm saying? So now you're in a situation of, I feel this connection over here, but I'm obligated to somebody at the house. And it's easy to judge that person to say that this person is a bad person.
Hold up, y'all.
Yo, huh?
Oh, no. Continue, God Justice. When you're done, I'm going to do a quick, I'm going to go after you. Go ahead.
Yes. So the point I'm trying to make is settling, forgive me, I'm outside, y'all. Settling could actually lead to other things that's like, it can actually lead to a domino effect of a lot of things crumbling down. It could, especially if you don't know how to handle it right.
I definitely said that. Infidelity.
Hold up, y'all. Because the only person I see tapping this damn screen on the bottom is Sean. And I don't ask a while ago, right? And now I just got to start calling everybody out. Nay, where your taps at? Naya, where your taps at?
I should be. Give me a second.
Slim, where your taps at?
Wait, can I ask you a question? Don't the panel get shot down?
I was on before you got in here. I shared it out to a lot of people, and I was out.
Look, I'm just saying, okay, we should be a lot further.
I'm about to make sure I put my foot down. Now
Came back, and here we are. What are we doing? What we doing? Come on, keep tapping.
She said she's taking a break.
We could tap. Look, y'all could take a break. That's fine. If y'all want to take, but y'all take like a little break, but then I need to see you tapping again. Just keep tapping.
This is the slowest 5K I ever seen.
That's what I'm saying. We should have.
In the room, I think the room least went up to like 15 and dropped right now.
I mean, I dropped y'all off at like 4.5, and then I went and got a snack, came back, and it didn't move.
And you know what's funny? We can see how much people tap though. Now you can. Let me see if I know how to do it.
There we go. Okay, thank y'all.
Uh-uh.
Thank y'all for tapping out. I'm gonna throw
It
back
said
over
you
to
sent
Sean and
7
then
comments.
Slim.
You did 1K tap likes.
Mm-hmm.
Nay, what she do?
See,
This thing telling people nah.
yeah,
She
it's
did 3
snitching y'all out.
comments and she did 1 like.
Mm.
I guess that was the last. Nah, don't drop Naya. It's about to be your
What
turn
you
next
did?
time, boy.
Therefore, you
I was
about
about to
to? She
tell
about to
on.
come back. She's like,
I'm
I'll be
about to
back when y'all
tell
ain't
on you, Naya.
when y'all get it up to 5K.
So,
But it's all right. Thank you. You
okay.
got the 5.4.
Slim did
I'm
59
gonna throw it over.
shares, 9 comments, and 262 likes.
There you go.
What it got? This is
So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna throw it over to Sean. Then we're gonna get Slim in, and then don't forget we gotta get Nay in, y'all. Don't be neglecting my little sister Nay over here, okay?
right. Dang, Sean did
let's go
2K likes. He ain't playing, boy.
Yeah, that's why I
Yapping
said.
and tapping.
He did half the. This thing be snitching on people. This is funny. He did half.
I ain't gonna lie, I do be snitching. I be liking the panel, and they be like, "God, just send 46 likes." I'm like, let me get out of here, bro.
Yeah, that new stuff. That's so funny though. It tell on people now because you click on their name and see how many taps somebody did. I think even mods can see it too. Let me see. Cause I'm a mod on my other page. Oh yeah. Who was it on? Just
Me. I think.
Sean. Go ahead.
Well,
It's
I
on
was just gonna ask a question.
Sean, Slim, and then Nay.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask a question as far as let's go like I guess settling, right? At what percentage would you say or defines settling? Like if a man is giving you or a woman is giving you 80% of what you're actually looking for, would you consider that settling? If that person is giving you 90% of what you're looking for, is that considered settling? So is there a percentage that comes with settling, or just based upon what you deem is settling?
Good question.
I think it's like I said, it's not a one shoe fit all. I think it looks different for everybody. Cause I don't really care about the money. I ain't gonna say that, but I ain't gonna say that. Cause you say that and instead of take it and jump off the hill. Money is not the biggest thing, but like, you just gotta have some confidence. I gotta be confident. Like I had somebody that was unconfident, and it was the biggest turnoff ever. And he was 90%, maybe 85%. But that confidence just it threw him out the game, and I was like, man, I couldn't do nothing with it. So
Go ahead,
On
Nay.
Nay.
Little sis.
Go ahead, Nay. And hurry up before I bring up what's that? Bring a mama's boy to you.
Yeah, don't be threatening my little sister like that, okay? I'm gonna bring
You said
Charles
I
and
mean,
what?
in here.
I see.
I'll put Charles and Pansy in here in 2
I be
seconds.
seeing what she be saying about mama's boy. That just be so
Please
funny.
don't bring no mama boys to me.
Yeah,
I cannot.
she don't like that with a passion.
Like, if you, I don't know, like, if you gotta depend on your mama, if you can't put your mama in her place, yeah, no.
Mama, you
Like, that's
know
not gonna
I
work.
love you.
No more mama boys, please.
Mama.
But
She done made 15 posts about mama boys. Like, I'm about to let y'all know.
How come it's
am I starting with the first question?
Yeah, first the green one.
Yeah, why do a lot of women today get triggered by
Well, I agree with what Slim said. Well, first, I think they get triggered because I think they get triggered because they actually be settling for something like they don't really want. Relationship wise, then nobody wants to settle for that. But if it's something else like a car, you can literally trade that in or go get something else later. But a partner, nobody wants to settle.
Like, you gotta actually be that. So,
Okay.
yeah, like, that's why I think they get triggered. Like, and some people are also not honest. Like, if that's not what you want, they don't settle for that.
Mm. So this is so funny. So I just test something. I went in here and tapped on my backup, and then I can even click on my backup, and while I'm not in the box, and I see how many taps. TikTok is funny now. So now I can flat out tell people that ain't doing no activity in.
Oh, let me reply to
Cause they said I
Sean.
did 200 something times. I just got in here. That's some funny stuff.
No, let me
That's about
reply
to
to
have people.
Sean because
People can't lie now.
I
This
think
is
this
funny though. I like the new TikTok.
Sean said,
They be like, I swear I did the most tapping. Let me see what you did. 3 taps. This is gonna be
Sean
so.
talking about
Well,
a woman can't look for a man like her father, but a man can't look for a woman like his mother. What? No.
I
oh
think
yeah,
that,
no
But
shot.
me
Yeah, Sean was about to add something
personally,
for that.
I don't look for
I can
nobody like
explain
my
it.
father.
I can
And I don't
explain it.
want no mama boys.
Okay, let me explain it.
I think he's talking about the characteristics.
Yes, in today's society, like it's okay for a woman to look for a man that reminds her of her father, and that have always been like something good. And women hold that against men, like, hey, my dad provided for my mom, my dad did,
Mm.
my dad did that, and we don't give no slack when it comes to that. But we have to be honest that in society, when a man is looking for a woman that reminds him of his mother, he's a mama's boy or he's this. It's always looked at as a negative connotation, and I never understood the difference.
Mm.
No, Sean, but well, like I do agree, but like this person was like a full blown mama's boy. He still depend on his mom. Like he gets mad when his mom don't do certain stuff. And he couldn't put her in her place. Like that's not gonna work. So it's a difference.
Yeah, I think she's talking about a unhealthy type of
Yeah,
mama
like
boy.
no. Yeah. And if you got a toxic relationship with your mom, then that's how you gonna treat that girl.
Yeah.
Okay, let me
I
ask you.
get that.
So if you meet a man, if you used to your father, because we saying what's toxic, like that's very subjective, right? So if you meet a man and your dad paid all the bills, right, and you looking for a man that's going to pay all the bills, and that man said, hey, the way you brought up was wrong. That's very toxic. Like I don't believe that a man should pay all the bills. Would you agree with him, or are you gonna be like, nah, you tripping? My daddy did it, so you're gonna have to do it.
You gonna say my daddy did it? My daddy paid all them bills. Boy, you better pay them bills.
Yeah, I would probably say my dad paid all the bills, but I don't know, like that's different.
So y'all proving
Like
the
you
point.
still dependent on your mom at this big age. Like, and you're like, I don't know, like you about a grown man.
Okay,
You
what does
could
it
tell
look
you
like?
could tell you got it bad by that one.
Yeah,
It's like you
Girl,
reminiscing when it
no.
comes.
Can I just
He's
say? Can I just say the way she said that,
you're
y'all? Like I
right.
could see her little
I thought
feet
it happened
going.
yesterday.
When she was like, "Come on," like the
Come
little come on.
on.
no, you can feel it in your voice. I
Made
think
her light voice change
yeah.
quick on
Girl,
that one.
that was in her soul, y'all.
Come
Yeah, I think Nay is
on.
talking about in an unhealthy way. I think we can learn healthy and unhealthy things from our parents, just like girls can learn unhealthy things from their fathers. And I think she's talking about it in an unhealthy way. But normally,
No, I think I know what she's talking about though.
yeah,
She talking about the dependence thing, and I'm big on with that. People always depending on certain things. It's like people get mad when I say when people depend on the words of affirmation. I've been having so many times. I made so many posts about it, but I need it. I'm like, bro. But it's the dependence, so I can get it. If he's sitting there depending on his mother for every last answer, just like it's But I don't know. I look at it that like sometimes, sure, if you don't know some stuff, like you might talk to your father, because sure, I don't know how to do everything.
Yeah,
Sometimes I
no,
do be
but
asking
he
my
still
dad to do certain
depend.
things.
Hey,
Like
Kev,
yeah, no, but he still depend on his mom to feed him.
Oh my.
I know that I'm not
Stuff
gonna
like
go.
that.
I,
Like no.
I
And
know I'm gonna ruffle some feathers with this, right? But
Uh-oh.
just to me, and I'm gonna say it, and I kind of like this is my view on it. When I hear a woman say she wants a man to pay for all the bills, to me, I think of a very selfish woman. And let me tell you what I mean. If you are
Mm.
responsible for 100% of your life and you're paying 100% of your bills on your own, and you get a man come in your life and say, "Give me 50% of that," and you be like, "No," to me that's crazy to me, right? And on the flip side of that is, what is the difference from a man paying all the bills when he's with you compared to a man just staying single and paying all of his bills? There's no difference.
because then why be together? If I'm gonna pay my bills and you gonna pay your bills, why we just coming together to pay separate bills? We're a union.
You gonna pay your man's bills?
I will pay my man's bills.
That's what's up.
I will. I will. I
That's
have no
what's up.
problem with that. But I think men love to like. I think it's a part of just. I think it kind of gives men this to know that they can provide for their woman, their family, not even just the woman, because you're not just providing for me, you're gonna be providing for the kid. It gives a man this like they get something out of that. I don't even think it's just about women saying, "Hey, you're gonna provide for me," and if you don't, no, we know that men, if a man is in a position to provide for his family, he feel like, okay, he doing something. He got this on lock. So we promoting that, like, baby, yeah, you got this. Keep it up. But if ever need be, you fall and you need me to step up, that's where the partnership comes in. Hey, I got you, and it's time. But then you relieve me from that because this is where you get your oomph from. Get back in your spot. You're leading. You're the leader. Take care of your family, and I'm gonna support you. I got your back when you need me. It's not a bad thing. I don't even know why people make it a bad thing. No, my man ain't going 50-50 because he gonna know how to make that money and get out there and make his family happy. Period. And I'm gonna have his back. Right?
So there's really no. Oh, go ahead.
I will honestly say if it's really about love, we ain't keeping score. That's just what it really is. The moment love
I'm actually
comes
doing a topic about that tomorrow, though,
yeah,
about this unconditional love thing. But yeah,
yeah.
that's on.
My money
love don't keep
anyway.
score.
My
You
money
know,
is his anyway, so it ain't no slicing down the middle. Even if my husband is providing and taking care of all the bills, and I do decide to go out and work, whatever I work is going into a savings account for our family. So I don't even want it to be a conversation about, well, who paying this bill? Like that to me, that's just so very much childish to me. Honestly, it's giving room.
the moment love become transactional, it's not love anymore. Cause love ain't for sale. You know what I'm saying? Even the God you serve, I'm pretty sure God ain't counting favors of how many times he came through in the clutch. Man, I'm not a religious person, but a person that genuinely love you ain't counting. I pay this percentage and you pay this percentage. Is how we gonna keep these lights on? How we gonna keep these water running? And how we gonna bring the kids up and things of that nature? And to be honest with you, hell, to be a man, and I'm not saying you, and by no means I'm saying you less of a man if you pay 50-50 with your woman. I'm not saying that. I am not saying that if a woman thinks you bogus, she bogus. But what I am saying is, if I got the means as a man to take care of everything, where a woman could stay home and rest in her femininity, then I could come home and rest in her femininity as well. I don't see nothing wrong with that either. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind holding it down and carrying the load to make sure the family is straight. You know what I'm saying? So, it's all about what you into. You know what I'm saying? But I pass it.
Yeah, so I wanted to answer the prompt real quick. Why do a lot of women today get triggered by the word settle? I ain't seen that yet, to be honest, but I've also, if we just talking about on this app, it seems like women on this app just triggered by any fucking thing. You can walk up to her and say the word duck and she fucking triggered. I think it's just at this point a mentality. Like it really is. It's just a mentality at this fucking point. I'm calling it for what it is. I'm tired of like it being like it's this word, it's that word. Like if it ain't settle, I ain't triggered by the word settle. But but if I sit there and I say choose better, then you triggered by that. If I walk up to you and I say, you know what I mean, accountability, you fucking triggered. Like at the end of the day, just call it for what it is. Y'all just triggered. Y'all just want to be triggered. Like it is what it is. Okay, like. All right, sorry, I had to get that off my chest. Like, I'm just saying.
I'm trying my best. I'm not That's funny.
Just saying. That's just kind of how it's feeling.
She just named the whole list.
But that's how it's feeling. I feel like every time, like, I'm on TikTok, I'm scrolling around through these lives, and everybody over here talking about things that women are triggered by. It literally just the same thing. Why are a lot of women triggered by insert whatever fucking word you want here. It could be the word rose, it could be the word chip, it could be the word dash, it could be the word shame, it could be the word faith, it could be the word pure. You fucking name it. Like, I don't pick a fucking struggle, ladies, okay? Fucking pick one. This is getting old and get over your trigger. It's crazy. All right, I'm getting over it.
AJ, who side you on? Who side you on?
Who's out of
He said,
Come on now. You gotta pick a side. You gotta pick a side too.
look.
I'm with
Okay,
you when you
look,
right, though. I'm
look.
with you when you right.
Girl, that's the side I'm on. Like, I'm just like, look, okay, here's my thing, ladies. Okay, I don't want y'all to come in here and think that AJ's just real red pill. She don't like women. Here's the thing, okay. Let me tell you about me. Okay, as women, we not looking good as a fucking unit. Okay, I'm gonna need y'all to clean it up because we ain't looking good. And the more y'all keep doing this shit, the more, you know what I mean? I'm on this app and I can go into a panel I never been on, and it could be like a panel of guys, and all of them are walking on eggshells, trying not to trigger me because they're afraid of what fucking word to say before me to freak the fuck out. And I'm like, I'm not even one of them women. Like, I'm sorry that's y'all experience, but like, at the end of the day, we need to stop doing this shit. Like, I was just on the live, we were talking about like abusive behavior and everything else and victim mentality, but y'all be the first people to look at men and say, oh no, you can't be a victim and we can't be abusing you when y'all the most abusive. Like, are you kidding me? We are making people walk on eggshells. This is crazy. Get it together. Okay, I'm cool. Be quiet now.
wow. he said, I go in live and I see a bunch of men walking on eggs. That's so funny stuff. Like, hold on, what's going on? Why so quiet in here?
I think the person that's usually the most triggered. Hold on a second. Give me just a second, y'all.
I don't know why I pictured that when she said that. That's so funny stuff. Why wasn't it alive? And there's a bunch of men walking on eggshells. That's funny. I think Shaw had something. I
I'm
think he
just
said he
saying,
wanted to.
bro, like, you can see it because they be trying to tell me something. And they be like, look, okay, I just need women. I mean, I ain't talking about you. I ain't talking about you. But just some women. Not all women, but some women. Like, it take y'all 30 fucking minutes to get the fuck out what you needed to say.
But honestly, can we
I'll try
honestly
not to
say
laugh.
that the person is probably the most triggered by things is probably the most traumatized person too? I try to give a little bit of understanding. Not now, I ain't gonna lie to you. Some people just want to be tripping, but a lot of people that easily triggered is they don't really get over things that they have not getting over things, certain things that may be a little bit of traumatizing. You know, not in all cases like settling. That's crazy. I'm not saying that. Like, bruh, settling triggers you. What's wrong with you? But you know, some things you gotta
Trying to
drop
see who
clues
haven't been
on, man.
traumatized.
Yeah.
But I like how you did that though. But we gonna rock with that. Make them feel good.
Why do women get? What's your question? Well, it's probably not even my turn. Is it my turn?
Nah, it ain't. I think
I'm
Sean's
sorry
about to
about
go.
that. I don't want to jump the line. I'm finna get to
It's
the
all
back of
right.
the line. Hey.
What up, Ja?
No,
Brother
I was just
John.
gonna ask a question, and then I'm just gonna go back on mute. It's kind of going back from what I'm hearing about how it's a lot of time the 50-50 is a big deal, right? And my question would be is, and I want men to start looking at it a different perspective as far as we are more than just about what we could bring to the table as far as financially, right? And my concern when I ask women is most of the time when you ask a woman what she look for in the man, the number one thing on that list is always a provider. It's never nothing about his personality, his morals, his principles. It's always based upon money. And to me, it seems as if you only look at men as like a monetary gain, like what could you do for me? And my question to women is, why is that the first thing on the list is a provider instead of all the other things that make him a great man?
That's
Go.
crazy.
Because
Well, me personally, like, I just don't think that, like, okay, like me personally, like I just don't think that he will only just be good enough if he can provide. Like, it's other things. Like, you gotta look at his character. Like, that's crazy.
I mean, to be a man, you have to actually come to. You can't like.
Did the rest of the woman answer?
Oh, I'm sorry about that. He actually, I thought it was the whole panel. I'm tripping. Listen, hey, listen.
It's about
I'm,
four other
Can I
women.
speak, y'all?
I'm sorry. Listen, I'm gonna put this
My
cup
bad.
down. Listen, I'm gonna put this cup down.
He said I'm about to
Go
oh,
ahead,
dog.
AB. Go
He
ahead.
is making me
Let,
I'm
let
gonna
laugh,
put
bro.
this
AB
cup
and
down.
Kelly in, y'all. Hold up. Let AB and Kelly in. Go ahead, AB. I'm
Oh, he
sorry.
got more women coming up too.
Let them
Okay.
come up, okay? But go ahead, AB. Everybody mute up. Let AB go. Then Kelly. And then let's get
Y'all can
North up.
call me Keita. That's just my business name. I'm sorry. It normally be Keita. But
No
Hey
problem. No
everyone.
problem. I'll call you Keita.
hey,
Hey,
everybody.
everybody. All
What
right.
up?
Can
What's
Let's
up?
So
let's
I
can
might
I
be a little delusional.
hold up. Let's let Keita go first, and then Kelly, and
I
then North
just
will be right after.
ma'am, I just want to make an announcement, please.
Oh, go ahead.
That's it, and then I'll get off y'all live. Um I own my own truck first and foremost, so I don't want nothing from no one. But I have 4,000 pounds of hamburger patties on the back of my trailer that I'm trying to give away back to the community. I am in North Carolina at exit 106 off of I 95. If you know someone or if you need some food, this meat, please inbox me and I'll send you my phone number and you can call me and let me know that you're on your way. I need to get it off of my trailer.
Absolutely, absolutely. Y'all hear
For
that?
sure.
Get over there. If you in North Carolina, go get some. Go get
I
some.
would I would
Grab
call
some
out
meat.
I would call out the address if y'all want the address where I'm at. It's 923 Johnston Parkway, Kinley, North Carolina, 27542. Again, exit 106 at the petrol truck stop. You inbox me, I will give you my number. The boxes have 50 hamburger patties per box, and I got over 2,500 boxes that I am giving away. If you need some meat, come and get it. Thank you all for allowing me up on the platform. I just want to give back to the community.
All right, for sure. That's a good thing too, for
Thank
sure.
you.
Appreciate you.
Thank
Yep,
you
that's
all.
the key.
Uh, North
All right.
Carolina, y'all better get it. Grab y'all
That's
meat.
why get your meat. All right, Keita, go ahead, my dear. I know you've been so patient. And we go hit Kelly up next.
Okay. So I might be delusional. But me personally as a woman, I desire partnership. I don't want my man to do more than what I'm doing. I feel like it should be. I feel like this day and time, we have the same, well, not the same struggles, but it's hard for everybody. So why should I put all the pressure on my man to do all this providing, doing this and doing that, or I should be doing this and doing that? Like the gender role thing is getting old. Like that's what our grandmothers, our great grandmothers, our great grandparents went through. So why should we still hold that now when today's time is completely different from previous times? And I feel like a partnership is better because when it's two heads doing it together is instead of that one man just struggling, making the household what it is, and he falls short, then what? You know what I'm saying? A woman at home doing nothing, or it's just it don't make sense no more. It's old. It's old. We need to leave that back in the past. I don't want to sit up here and I don't desire no man to do more than what I'm doing. I feel like it's supposed to be not a equal thing. We supposed to both be going as hard to make this household a home or stand afloat because it's hard. It's really hard,
That's what she said.
and that's just how I feel.
Facts.
For
Okay.
sure,
Okay.
for sure. What you think about the topic though? What's your thoughts on why do a lot of women get triggered by the word settle? I know you came in and I was kind of in a rant, but it was on my soul. I'm sorry, y'all. I came in real hot with that.
I mean, it depends on what they settling on. I mean, I do a lot of women till they get. I don't know. It depends on what they getting triggered on. I mean.
Yeah. Fair.
It
That's fair.
depends on what they settling for, basically.
Okay, so you're saying like with the whatever they're settling for, if somebody's like, "Oh, well, you settled," they might get triggered based off of that.
Because who knows? Everybody definition of settling is different, if
Facts.
you ask me. Because everybody,
So it's okay.
expectations and things like that is different. So that's just, it's really hard for me to explain that, Every woman have different expectations or, thinking what
Yeah.
triggers them. I don't know.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right. Yeah, I definitely agree with you. All right, Kelly. Just so y'all know, we're gonna bring Kelly to stage. We're gonna ask her the questions. And Kelly, you already know, no matter what you say, I'm gonna disagree with you because you're wrong, and because statistically, 99.999% of the time, you're wrong according to the AJ.gov consensus.
Mm, I object, honestly. I feel like I'm 50-50.
It's because I never knew you, my
I never knew my father. Oh, what was the first question? I'm not gonna lie.
girl. I
Don't
swear.
drop me.
Why do a lot of women today get triggered by the word settle?
Okay, that was the first question AB answered. She was.
Yeah, that was the one I was on a rant about, but yes, go ahead.
Okay. A lot of things, right? A person in a victim mindset or see
a
themselves.
lot of things. I'm over her.
Number one. So I don't expect somebody who see themselves as victim to be mature and grown. So whenever you have a conversation or try to have an intellectual conversation and the result is having an immature, wait, is Kev gone?
No, he there. He probably just,
Yeah, when they have that victim mindset, then it's hard to have a mature conversation about them. They're going to take every certain things that you say and as directed to them. Another reason is their culture, right? If I look at Jamaican women and I say you got to settle, in their mind they're going to put the image of what settling looks like to them in their culture, and a lot of time that normally hurt the woman. And so if they're going to go off that, which is projecting, right, they're going to start projecting on other men of different culture, because I see Jamaican women who come overseas and they just project based on what the environment of men around them do that. I've also seen many podcasts. Joe Budden is one of them, who many women gravitate to for some reason, instead of the men that are actually trying to make better in the community. They gravitate to those platform that says, "Oh, a man is supposed to do this, and they're supposed to put a basically they put this love as a woman who take a man over and over, even if he dish out hurt." And so these are podcasts that the women listen to. And even when they never got hurt before, or they never seen that in their family, they watch these podcasts and they start projecting on other people that they never met. And so there's being in the victim mindset, and there's also projecting. So I'm not going to negate the fact that there are a group of people that are out there selling a thing that, okay, a woman love you if, like, for example, Gucci, is it Gucci Mane relationship? Maybe I'm wrong. A lot of men idolize that. Oh, he cheated on her. He did this. He was for the street and she stayed. That's what true love is. And unfortunately, some hood cultures, that's what they idolize, and that's what a woman would listen to and start projecting. That's all. Was there another question?
Yeah, I just want to tell you that you're wrong. You right, but you wrong at the same time.
AJ, I never knew my fault.
I just thought about that. I thought the question the ladies were supposed to answer was something that Sean. I thought Sean had gave a question. I thought about that.
I was waiting.
I heard AB
just thought about
answer
that.
it,
I'm
but
yeah, I'm sorry. I may have blown over at Sean's. We'll have Sean
right,
answer.
Because I straight forgot myself. I'm like, something is up. Something off a little bit.
I'm sorry, Sean.
Like, what is Kelly talking about?
Before we get into that real quick, There 18 of y'all on this live. Let's tap the screen, share the live, and don't get it twisted, because I'll call people out. I called them out earlier. If you don't believe me, they'll tell you. Tap the screen. Okay,
And I
tap the
can help
screen.
assist because I know how much y'all
And we
tap
can
too.
see. Yep, we
I'm
can see.
triggered
We can
actually.
see it.
I'm triggered
Actually,
by
hold on.
that
Let's see what
tap
this
tap
trigger
tap
person. Let's see how
word.
much tapping she did.
You
Hold
want
up. Let's
to
see.
how
We
much
start
tapping
tap.
I did?
See,
Go look at the taps. Go look at the
0.
taps. Ooh, I have 0 taps?
Kelly.
Exactly. I was like, I know I ain't got no 0 taps. I'll be
No,
tapping
you
some.
got
But, yeah, let's try
you
to get
got
this.
3.1.
Yeah, see 3.1. That's a lot more than a lot of y'all. Okay. Point
Mm-hmm.
is, let's get it up. Let's get it up to about, I mean, it's 18 of y'all. Let's get it up to 20K. We'll take a
He goes trying to make it a game. I got the most.
bit for you
That's
want to
men
play? Don't worry. Don't
competition.
worry, we'll play. So yeah, we'll let's get it up to 20K, y'all. Then we'll take a little bit of a break on the tapping. You know what I mean? And then we'll shoot it back up. We'll try to hit for 30K, okay? Keep tapping the screen, share the live. If you're new here, make sure you following Kev. Also, make sure you go and you join his team if you ain't joined it already. How you join the team, just hit that little heart by his big
Actually,
head name
AJ
right
beating
there.
you.
See? You know
He
what I
got
mean?
3.1. You got 2.9.
Yeah. So, make sure y'all hit that. It costs you 1 cent to join his team. Join in that team pushes Kev's live into the popular live. So let's try to make sure that happens. Also, if you ain't subscribed to him on YouTube, subscribe to him on his YouTube channel. You can find that in his description on his profile. And also, don't forget to I know I gotta I'm beating you, bro. AJ.gov beating you. Make sure y'all contribute to the live goal as well. Please feel free to gift the panel. It ain't required, but if you want to, go ahead. And if you want my mod services, do understand you gotta pay for them.
Yep.
And then we gonna keep it rolling. So Sean, I want you to go ahead and re-ask your question, sir. Let's go.
Damn, I almost want to add on it since it's been a while.
Do it. Ask
Okay.
all
Okay. So, okay. Do you believe that for the most part we're all conditioned to want something that is not of our own, as far as we've been programmed to think what a man is and what a woman is. So when you think of, I'm gonna set the premise right quick. Hold on. So if you get when I say what a man supposed to do in society and what a woman's supposed to do in society, I look at it this way. If a woman were to get with a man and that man were to tell you, hey, my last woman done this for me, and I want you to do all of the things that she done if you want to keep me. Any woman is going to be like, you know what? If that's the case, you need to go be with that woman. That's how I look at the expectations of society have put on what men's supposed to do and what women's supposed to do. I'm my own person. I am one of one. You of one of one. So when it comes to men, women, or whatever you want to sum it up, have been conditioned to believe that the number one thing that y'all look for in a man is a provider. And my understanding, I would want to know is, how come that's the number one thing on the list when women say what they're looking for in a man? The money is the number one thing. Everything else comes secondary. Why is that?
Yep, AB, you already unlocked already. Go ahead, you
I
first.
just feel like that's just an excuse for, I guess all women, certain women desire to have a soft life, They don't want to work as hard. They feel like this is a man's job. He's supposed to work as hard. He's supposed to provide this, that, and the other. But I feel like us as women don't understand the mental things that men go through on have to overly work hard, especially today's age. Like, it's not easy. Like, it's a lot of men killing themselves just because they feel like they have to be so strong. They have to provide for their family. They have to do this. They have to do that. It's so much on a man back. Can't say it's not a lot on a woman back, but it's so much on a man back. Why should it be that way? You know what I'm saying? Why it can't be to the point that we can also make it easier for our men just as much as they make it easier for us? Why they gotta go above and beyond to make a house a home, far as providing? Like, why do they have to be value in? Because a lot of men feel that they only value is giving money, though. If you really look at it, a lot
I
of men
like her.
feel
I'm
like,
about to
oh,
add her.
if I give money, she gonna accept me she gonna accept this, she gonna accept that. When that mess with a man mentally as well, because they know they're more capable of just their dollar, but a woman don't see past that. they want an easy life, and I just, that's something that as a woman I can't relate to. I want, okay, so I look at it like this. I feel like figuring life out to the point that it's like a balance, and I feel like a man should do it as well. If you busting your butt working a 9 to 5, I feel like, or overworking for the other person, the higher,
Right.
the YT guy. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I rather work smarter than harder. I'm not finna bust my butt to be undervalued. And I feel like a man should know that about himself too. Y'all capable of so more other things as well. And y'all should put that same energy into self or to your own business instead of, working for the next person. And it's just about finding a balance. So that way you can work, bring money for the house, bring money for yourself, you know what I'm saying? And also, be able to be there for your family, be there for yourself. It's just about having a balance. That's how I'm looking at things.
Yeah, and if I could add on to that, I just feel like, because I was in a live earlier, and there was a question of like, is the man the prize or is the woman the prize? And I feel like just in our current modern culture, we kind of get caught up in this, because mind you, social media kind of incentivized this hyper individualism as well as like this, in a sense, like self focus and self centeredness, to where we don't really, just as human beings across the board, we're entering a time in society where we don't really think about the next person as much as we think about our individual needs and our own selves. And I feel like it's a tricky thing, because it kind of sucks, because like in the past, just it hasn't been that long since we lived in a time where women didn't really have the autonomy and agency to kind of set their own standards and set their own navigation and framework for how they exist in the context of, say, America. And just the times, just in terms of like being able to enter the workforce, being able to provide for themselves and things like that. And then you have that coupled with the fact that our economy hasn't necessarily improved so much, to where it's just like women are not only just now kind of like, this is kind of like a new thing, to where they're getting further and further deeper into the workforce, as well as like being integrated into a more equitable society. Even though we haven't achieved really full perfect equity yet, I think it's this situation to where it's just like, we're so close to a time where men were, in a sense, poised up to be the sole provider and sole structure within a household or in the context of relationship, to where it's like, dang, like, I mean, it's like, if I could imagine myself as a woman, it'd be like, man, we just got in here, and it's like, damn, yeah, like it's already messed up before we got in. Like, it's like, I feel like it's like, y'all got to work harder now, but we're still all attached to these these nostalgic concepts that aren't too far away from us, because we seen our grandparents and our like, I mean, me personally, I didn't meet my grandparents, but when I hear a lot of conversations, it's just like, when we talk about traditional roles, it's like a lot of people kind of think back to like their grandparents and how things might have been different for them. Or we hear a lot of older people tell us like, yeah, like, nah, back in my day, a woman was able to do this, and a man would just provide the full thing. Like, it's like our gender roles, in a sense. Like, I don't personally believe in gender roles, and I don't personally believe in anything in the sense of like, these constructs that we kind of created to box ourselves up, and kind of individualize ourselves in like these boxes that kind of just like keep us stuck in roles. And unfortunately, just due to the state of our economy, as well as like an incentivized individualism through social media, we kind of stopped thinking about each other in the sense of like, it's just like she was saying, like AB was saying, it's just like, for men, it's like, we're set up in this, societal pressure to be like, I gotta provide everything, and I gotta make money. And to take it back to the topic that's like up on the host panel, it's just like, what does loving yourself look like? It's like, for a lot of men, it's just like, I mean,
We need you to land soon, bro, because we gotta get to the other people on the panel too.
Yeah, I'm a land.
Because we only gonna Kev's got less than an hour. That's why I'm not trying to be like a jerk, but I do want to make sure we kind of get everything, and so we don't lose Sean's question either.
Yeah.
Because we still got to get Kelly, Slim, and Nang in there as well. So go ahead. Go ahead.
So just to close off, it kind of circles back to what AB was saying. It's just like a lot of men, it's like we attribute our value solely to what we can, provide and contribute financially. And it kind of circles to the question. It's like, what does loving yourself look like? It's just like, I don't know. I think for a lot of men, we don't truly know outside of the context of finance and, providing finance, despite the fact that we're not really in a time where finance is everything that we can provide, since women can provide that for themselves.
Facts. Go ahead, Slim. It's all you, my dear. Go ahead and answer the question. Answer Sean's question.
Okie dokie. I don't think when we say provide, I think it does. It kind of goes straight to money. But when you think about provider is more than money. So I think because we need money to live, right? Money is a thing. We have to live. We have to be able to get things to be able to survive. It's focused there. But also, I've heard men say, hey, if my wife comes to me and she says, baby, fix this, I don't like, and they're able to fix it, and men are problem solvers. They fix things. They fix problems. Women kind of come in, I ain't gonna say whine about it, but men fix problems. So I think when providers, it kind of gives that, I got it, baby. I got it. Not the fact that, we're trying to run the men into the ground, but we understand that men, they're fixers. They know how to come and make things make more sense. When we going around in circles, they destroy for us. So I think it's not even just an aspect of money, but because money is the thing that it takes to take care of a family, you can't negate that. It goes to that. But also the woman is, I don't know, if a man is dating a woman, that's why you should be checking character. If a man is dating a woman that ain't trying to help him at all in no form type of way, because behind every great man is a great woman, we always hear that, right? The woman is not just behind the scenes sitting and doing nothing. She's the actual one getting all of stuff together and making this man the man that he is to be able to go out and provide and bring that back. So it is partnership. Just because he might be the one bringing in the buckets don't mean she's not behind the scenes orchestrating what he has coming forth. So I think it's just the way that you look at it. I think when we say money, and because the man is coming in with the bread, we focus on that. But it's so many other things that's taking place behind this man coming in with the bread. Now, if you got a woman that just want to get her nails on and pop her feet up, you chose that woman. Because even biblical, when he talked about the Proverbs 31 woman, she did a plethora of things. She was not just a woman sitting back with her feet propped up. She brought honor to her husband. So I think it's a dynamic in the way people think about that. That would be my take on it.
That's right. All right. What you got on it, Kelly?
I'm sorry. So the question is
Disrespectful.
you gonna be on the why do women seek men that provide their money? I'm sorry, I lost the question along the way. Sean?
Girl.
Sean?
He's right. I said, why is that the first thing on the list is a man that could provide?
Because they value money. That's their top desire, and when they're seeking outside, that's going to be on their top list. Also, I'm always going to bring this in. If you're talking in general, if you're talking about in overall, in the universal question, there are culture that value that and make it a top priority and teach their daughters that. So when they go in, they normally vet with that at the top of the list, because they're normally going in with the expectation okay, I'm going to go to have kids right there and then. So the logical thing is, okay, because I'm going in to have kids, I'm gonna be birthing. That's my only purpose. Somebody should be there to provide, because I don't think it's beneficial to be popping out kids and working at the same time. Over here, do I think it's wise, especially if you're in today's world, 2024, dating within your same age bracket with the expectation, oh, I expect somebody to provide for me. Yeah, there becomes a level of entitlement, because now you're not going into, okay, I'm going to grow with this person financially. And if the goal is for him to provide, I will help him get there. If that's not the goal, then at this point, that's not a logical situation. Just to answer your question.
That's fine. Hold on real quick. If y'all can keep tapping the screen. I know we gave y'all a little break. Thanks for the 20K. We at 24. I've been tapping. Let's try to get this up 30K real quick. Keep tapping the screen, y'all. Share the live. Hit some hashtag FYPs in the comments. If you ain't already a part of Kev's his team, go ahead and click that little heart up there. Pushes him into the popular live so we can get this out to as many people. Continue to have these constructive conversations. If you're also new here, make sure that you are following Kev. Make sure you go into his bio and follow him on on YouTube. Checking out that YouTube, you're gonna catch past conversations and everything else. Whatever happens with TikTok will eventually be moving over there. So make sure that you subscribe to him as well. He's also got a live goal up there. Let's try to hit it. Feel free to give people on the panel if that's what you choose to do. It's not a requirement, but definitely make sure that you knock that out. We're gonna go ahead and move over to Nay, and then I'll answer, and then I guess we'll go open panel.
So I think they think that way because so I think they just want like a man to provide, because it's like plenty of reasons, like they want a soft life, like they just want to prop their legs up, like they want a soft life, like gender roles, stuff has been like normalized of what like a person should like do, and so like they just automatically feel like well, he should be paying for like everything, like I shouldn't have to pay for nothing, like he's the man, like he should provide. I mean, like I don't think like that. And like how stuff is now, like I mean, like back then, like it was like more easier to live. Like now, like, so I just don't understand like where that be coming from. Like, and also like I understand like they may want him to provide, but like that's not everything, and he can also provide in other ways. Like you're not even looking at his character, you're just looking if he can automatically provide. Like it's like a money thing. So yeah, like I just think like it's plenty of reasons to answer Sean's question. Like they want a soft life, like it's like gender roles, like, or like stuff like their grandparents did, like how other people live, but like it's not like that no more. So yeah, like we can't live that way. Like you gotta wanna like be able to help your person, because what are you there for? But yeah.
For sure. Got you. I see you, Nay. I see you out here. So I'll go ahead and answer real quick. A lot of the time, from what I've seen, from what I've experienced, a lot of men, when you first meet them or they're first, you're first starting to talk, y'all lead with your wallet ahead of time. The moment we start talking, you know what I mean? It could be, oh, hey, we're interested. We're sitting at a first date. The first thing you want to do is talk about how much money you're making and how well you can provide. Because of that, we've been conditioned into thinking, okay, well, that's what's now important, right? Because if that's all you've known majority of your life, now that's pretty much that's a lot of, I'm going to say all my experiences, you know what I mean? Being on dates with men where it was very much like that. Y'all literally sit there and say, hey, this is how much I'm making. This is what I do for a living, right? Very few women are going to sit there and say, I don't give a shit about that. We want more. We want something else. Women a lot of the time have now been conditioned into thinking that your identity and your importance is going to be based now on your wallet, and it's because you guys are leading with that. I see it on dating sites. I see it when, you know what I mean, y'all start trying to talk to people. I see it with my homeboys. I've seen it when, you know what I mean, a girl breaks their heart or whatever and they're upset, not crying about it, but they're upset. They're like, I don't know what happened. I'm such a good man. I made all this money. I make all this money. And at the end of the day, my only advice to y'all is do understand that your worth is not your paycheck. But as long as you keep moving with that, that is the exact reason why women are going to continue to do that. Because that's the norm now. That y'all have set the norm for that. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and throw it back over to Sean because I know Sean wanted to respond as well, and then we'll go open panel.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Sean.
I think there's a difference. I think most of the time we confuse men who lack substance, morals, characters, and character and stuff like that. Those are men that lead with their wallets because they have a lot of flaws that they cover up with their money, and women look past that. Compared to a man who have a lot of things going for himself outside of just his financial gain. He's well sound-minded, emotionally intelligent, as you guys say. He have all of these things to be a good human besides just being a good man. And I think a lot of times we put it back, or as far as like for me, I haven't heard any answer that wasn't telling so far as when we say provide, then the goalposts get moved and say it's more ways than just provide. No, when we hear provider, we hearing of money, finances. And what we're hearing is, from what I hear, is when a man gets with a woman, be ready to add added stress. Because for you to say, I heard someone say they want a soft life. To me, that goes against everything as far as a healthy relationship. Staying at home equates to you having a soft life, but then when you have a man that's working, he's going to have a hard life. But then when he come home to you, you want him to be soft with you. That doesn't make sense, and it doesn't benefit you as far as a whole, as far as the relationship. So to me, the logic doesn't even make sense as far as a woman staying home and being her soft air or her soft femininity. Like, working has nothing to do with you being I don't know. The logic to me doesn't make sense. And it seems as if everything that a man could bring to the table, if he don't have the money, he don't really have any value. Like, you staying at home cooking and cleaning, none of that stuff get done without money. So when you think of providing, that is the number one thing that you guys are talking about is money. You cooking, you need money for that. You cleaning, you need to pay the rent to have a roof over your head. All of these things as a man, if I'm paying my own rent, I'm paying all of my bills on my own, I'm washing my clothes, folding my clothes, cooking for myself, what value could you bring to a man like that besides you just saying you staying home? You won't be a benefit to that person at all. What you could be a benefit is two people having two different incomes. It's not my job just to make your life soft. It's for both of us to come in and we help one another. That's why I say, as a man, I'm responsible for 100% of my own bills. As a grown adult woman, you are responsible for 100% of your own bills. I don't see that when you get with a man, no matter what it may be, finances, working with the kids, helping with the kids' schoolwork, helping take the kids to school, going to school functions, going to activities with the kids. If that man is willing to split 50% of all of those responsibilities you have, I don't see why women would have a problem with that. To me, I just find it very confusing.
But I think at the end of the day, both sides need to pick a lane, because you can't be on that side and sit there and say, oh, well, I want you staying home cooking and cleaning, but you shouldn't value me for my worth or what I can financially provide for you, because that's going to be something that she's going to have to pay attention to, because now she can't pay her own bills if she's got to be home all day taking care of kids and cleaning. There's no money being made there. right? Now you have to step up and pay for both of those bills and do everything else. Same thing for women. We can't sit there and continue to push the narrative. Oh, we want to be independent. We want everything. We want everything to be this, that, and the third. And men ain't this and men ain't that. But let me turn around and say he needs to pay all my bills. At the end of the day, what it comes down to is both men and women in these dynamics need to just pick a lane and figure out what the hell they're trying to do. Because if you're trying to sit there and have her stay home, then unfortunately that's the kind of woman you're gonna attract. That's the kind of woman who's gonna have those questions, asking about what you're making, what financial things can you bring her. She's gonna be dependent on that. Now if you don't want that, then you're gonna have to loosen up on that. Because if you want it to be a 50-50 household, you need to find a woman who's down for 50-50. Not all these women out here are down for 50-50. Just like not all these men out here are down for 50-50. The problem is y'all want to date the wrong fucking people. The people who don't want 50-50 want to date the people who want 50-50, which makes no sense.
AJ, you just took
Hey,
the
before
word.
you go though, I wanted to say this though. Then I'm gonna let you go. Then I seen his. I've always having trouble with that last. But this Tobago what Sean said though, and you right at the he is. Oh, I gotta stop saying. But I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna stick with he is. But Tobago, what he's saying, he made me think about that term that, and we hear this all the time, right? And we know who the main ones that say it. Love don't pay the bills. We done heard this too many times. So when he said that, it made me think about that too. Well, go ahead, Slim.
I was gonna say, AJ, you took the words literally. I'm over here smacking my head because you literally took the words right out of my mouth. Like, it's like, why do y'all? And literally, if you think about the way, and I'm not coming at y'all, but I just have to say this: y'all make the problem, and then y'all get mad because of the result. Y'all say, okay. Women, y'all talking about us now, leading with our degrees. We won't shut up, leading with our degrees. We out going out getting degrees. We're trying to make our own money. But then on the other hand, y'all saying be submissive. Stop leading. It's like make up your mind. And maybe it's like she said, it's two different categories. You need to know where you fall in at. If you want a 50-50 woman that's gonna go 50-50, there are 50-50 women out there. If you want a woman that you want to take it, like, you can't, it's like, y'all, it's confusing. It's like y'all don't really know what y'all want. It's like y'all create these situations and then y'all play victim. Well, I'm lost even thinking about the conversation.
See, the reason for that is because I mean,
Wait, hold
women.
on.
So
I done stirred the pot, but
Hold on, wait, hold on. Let me ask you a question. Hold on.
because he just said
This
it.
is the pot stirring
It's just
room
like,
so far.
what are we talking about? It's like be a wife, but I need you to be 50-50. Like, or don't leave with your degree. Y'all so loud with these degrees now. We know y'all bosses. We tried to boss up to get the money so we could come in and help y'all. But then when we boss up, we in our masculine energy. Okay, pull it on
Slim.
back.
Hold on, Slim. Let me just ask this.
Wait, before you go though, before you do this though, I got one more slide in though. So this made me. It was a comment I wanted to get on because like the same thing you just said. I think somebody just did that earlier because like one of them is like that you want a man to pay all the. Then one of them said, what they want to pay the bills for to controllers or something like that. So it's like, dang, which one? So like that get confusing too though. But I think we just about to go. I think it's Shine though. But I had to say
I
that
was just
though.
going to ask this question, right? I understand people say date who want to go 50-50, date who want to do this. I understand that. But I would like to ask this question as far as either to Slim or the other women. If, like, for you personally, if you are doing life all by yourself and it is kicking your ass, you paying 100% of everything, and you meet someone and they say, you know what, let me take 50% of that, right? What in your mind make you be like, you know what, I don't want you to just take 50. I want you to take my whole life. You know what I'm saying? Like, take everything. I don't want to be responsible for nothing. Just pay the bills and I can sit home and relax while you go out there busting your ass.
But Sean, I'm gonna let you know right now, that ain't me. I'm a working woman. But I'm saying when I that's why I say I think when you're talking about 50-50, you're talking about in one little aspect. I'm a working woman. I'm a working woman, so there's not. I'm never looking for my husband to come in and just swoop me off my feet. And no, I'm going to get him. We're gonna work together to get him to a position where he's authentically where he wants to be, not where I want him to be, where he wants to be, so he can provide for his family in a healthy place. Because men love when they can take care of their family. They love that. If you can't take care of your family, you feel like it's not even just like men. I heard a man say, like, I know I ain't tripping. I'm gonna work on my husband so he can get to where he can, so he can take care of his family. I'm never just gonna be in the background just watching him go to work and slave. And then there's other forms of way of bringing in money, not just going and slaving for nobody. Like Keita said, it's other ways. You should have multiple streams of income. It's time to use the mind and think. That's we hit a partnership. We're working together to figure it out, so we can both have a less stress-free life, but we're still making money. If that makes sense.
But you see, you know
So,
what? Like where
host,
that
I got a
confusion.
quick thing.
Oh, go
Hold
ahead.
on.
My bad.
Let the rest of the women answer. Because Sean wanted to ask the women.
Yeah, before
AJ not up
he
here.
asked another question. Oh, he did though.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
he
guess
did ask
Jared still
other.
haven't even said nothing yet. But
Yeah, he asked the other woman question. Do you want us to finish, or you want them to respond to
go ahead,
the
y'all
topic?
can finish real quick just because I don't want to mix it up. Then let his Jared go for sure because he haven't said anything yet.
Okay, so for me personally, the only way I would ask for 100% if the question is asked, can you reproduce right now? If we're going to marriage and I'm going to have a kid, then I'm like, okay, will you be providing during that time period? I'm gonna be asking for 100%. Right now, if I'm working, no kids involved, that definitely would make sense for us both to work. I don't call it 50-50. We just work together and we build and we save until my husband goal, which is to provide, gets to that point. Just working together. If it's a case where a man come in with the value and he see my value only in the home, then why would I argue that? Because another man have that different perspective. So you see where where AJ is coming from. There are different plethora of men that saying different things. Now a woman who's dating a specific man that see value in that, wouldn't she, if she come online, she's like, oh yeah, I just left him because he only see value in providing because I agree with what so and so said. Do you see how that kind of like sound weird? But overall, it's just like there's different men with different perspective and opinion. You have men that push providing, push wallet, push this. Though this is what I see. They only see the value of women in the home, and I'm not gonna call them ignorant just because of that. That's just their culture, where they come from.
What was it, Nay? Did AB go?
I didn't go. I kind of forgot. I'm lost.
GB for the first question.
I swear all his questions to me he had to say about 15 times. But I feel you though, it'd be so everybody be getting their stuff out though, so people forget by that time.
Yeah, I'm lost.
Y'all gonna have me stretching to be another hour, man. Dang, it's getting interesting. I need to go to bed. I'm gonna just say it's Friday tomorrow, so I might stretch. I might get y'all to about 11 o'clock.
You know, I wanted to say because Slim mentioned, like it's like this.
Well, no, before you go, man. Nah, because that's how I get extended by mistake. I just want them to hurry up and get their questions out, and then we can get to the man after that. Yeah, because after that I'm gonna get his Jara, then I'm gonna get Raw because he haven't said anything, and then I'm gonna go back to you again because you talked a little early. I just be trying to make sure everybody talk. But I think it's go ahead. Oh, Nay, you already unmuted already, so I don't know if you remember the question. Sean, go ahead and say it because I already know they forgot.
Yeah, go back to it, Sean.
Damn, I'd asked a couple of them, man.
Just add to it.
Go ahead, right? Add another one to it.
That's
Let
how
me
we
add
got
to
one
it.
here down by adding on to it.
Okay, so I feel like it's different when you're dealing with different people. Say, for instance, like I get what Sean's saying, because say, for instance, you got a woman that come into your life, but this man got everything established, far as he go to work, he pay his bills, he cook for himself, he clean for himself, he this, that. And you, on the other hand, as a woman, you got the same thing. So it's just like, some men probably do look at it as like, okay, before you came, what are you really providing for me? I mean, I'm still kind of confused on that. But then at the end of the day, it's like, okay, if I could pick up the slack on taking it, okay, so if you go to work and you work hard, and although you was doing those things before I came along, I'm making it easier for you to the point that you don't have to cook and clean no more. You don't have to wash your clothes. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do that. Not saying that's my only value, but mentally, I'm stimulating you. Physically, you know what I'm saying? Like, things like that can bring a different value to a man that, you know, I could feel like it kind of get undervalued and appreciated because he feel like, oh, I do all this on my own, you know? So, you know, what you're doing is really not nothing because I was doing this before you. But I mean, at the end of the day, this woman is helping you out in that area to, you know, relieve that extra baggage or stress that you had to deal with prior to she came along into your life.
I could get that
Because
from a
at the
woman.
end of the day, y'all
I
both
could
got
get that from a,
bills. Say, for instance, she got a hella bills that she got to pay at her crib. You got bills. Y'all both doing it separately, but y'all still trying to come as one, you know? So that y'all trying to come as one is a struggle as well. It's going to be a struggle.
a man could get a woman to uplift him on the side without the headache. So I don't have to I don't have to be with that woman and paying all of her bills. I could just have a woman being single, talk to multiple women, they give me good advice, they uplift me, and I don't have to deal with the headache.
Okay.
And you
Nobody
know,
judging you for that.
and you know what the reason
Go
why
ahead.
the reason why it got so confusing, you know, Slim was mentioning this confusion amongst men, but it's like, mind you, men have not really been confused in any sense because when we look at, you know, our history just in terms of humanity, you know, men have had a framework and a standard set for them since the dawn of time. Like, you know, implementing women into the workforce and, the women, you know, being able to or having a society in which they could provide for themselves is so much of a recent thing. Like, and when we think about it, you know, it's like the idea of like, oh, well, I need my man to be able to provide for me. It's like, yeah, this is a framework that was already set in place prior. You know, it's just, you know, women entering the workforce in a sense was really just a thing that kind of was implemented in order to protect them from things that we saw, you know, to be apparent and wrong, which was like abusive power dynamics. Because in a situation where a woman can't work for herself or provide for herself and say she's like with an abusive partner, it's like, how do you get out of that? You know, it's like you would have to work for yourself and be able to provide for yourself so you're not left in a situation like that. But when we think about, you know, everybody trying to get back to traditional households and traditional this, that, and the third, mind you, kind of like AB was saying, it's like, oh, if you can cook and clean for yourself, you know, you're going to devalue these things that I can do it. But mind you, if we're going to do a 50-50, that means you have to be working just as much as I have to be working, and we're going to split rent. Like if we're going to live in the same home, we're going to split rent. We're going to pay our own bills at the same time. And no matter what, that equates to having to work hard. So when we think about like, oh, well, I'm going to clean dishes and cook and then, you know, take care of the child. No, you're technically not, because like who has time if we're both working and splitting 50-50, right? But because all women across the board in our nation are also doing the same thing, it has shifted our economy to where that is the only framework now, despite the fact that we've always had a certain framework like as men, right? I mean, you could say we have daycare and, you know, different, you know, child caregiving institutions. But at the end of the day, the framework has changed due to women. So it's more so like a thing of like, you know, women kind of have to figure out what they want, you know, in a sense. Is it family? Is it, do you want to be able to provide for yourself? Like, it's like right now we're in a super hyper individualistic society currently. So it's like, I mean, men have always had a framework, but it's like women are still in a state of developing a framework for themselves. It's like, what do you guys want?
So let me get if we get that question, we ain't gonna make it through. Well, a few people already did it already, so yeah, it's two people that literally haven't said anything yet. So I'm gonna go ahead he is, and then go ahead, Raw. What you got for us?
Hey, what's up, Kev? So I'm gonna make it brief, but to the point, bro. So the first thing is, men are not ATM machines. And Kev, I think we were on the last live or something like that together, and I talked about how both my brothers, you know, came from out of nowhere, had nothing to do with their wives, and the wives will say that. It's not behind every great man is a great woman. That's not true at all. and I'm a little bit above 130K a year, and without going multiple streams and doing any of that as an engineering manager. My point is this: even directors that I work with, their wives will even say, "No, my husband Scott, he was phenomenal with math and everything else and all that." See, it's not about a million. It's not about a quadrillion, because the truth of the matter is, at this point right now where I am in my career, whoever I choose to be with, she wouldn't have to work. Just like the one that I was married to did not work. So it's remarkable when it comes down to it, middle class to upper middle class, whatever that scale looks like. The bottom line is this: no man is just a mere ATM. And on top of that, because it's far from it. I mean, we're men with feelings and everything else. But the thing is, what a woman has to bring to the table, like I'm not worried about her degree or any of that. I mean, I don't know why we continue to talk about this. This has been established, some years back. Like your degree in whatever. Okay, but that's not. I could care less about that. That's what women look at with that kind of stuff, or what is it? How much he makes a year and all this kind of stuff. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. So the thing is, man, what value a woman could bring to even directors I work with who are coworkers, peace, and all that foolishness, to be silenced and actually have some type of decorum and elegance about ourselves. Very simple. Simple for some, difficult for some. So, I mean, it has nothing to do with, oh, I got a degree in general studies or psychology, whatever that is. I mean, who cares? At the end of the day, that man is the leader of that house. And the leader of that, hopefully you're doing it with intentions of marriage, because he will lead that family as well. And last thing, I've seen families who come from very humble beginnings, who were together and functional, and they raise their kids to be dynamic, and they have wonderful, adulthoods and so forth. And it's not always about money, money, money. The best things that has ever been given to me had nothing to do with money at all. And there never was a woman that made me or whatever. Even the one I was married to, she wanted to get in the way of it. Good luck with that. But that was what she wanted to. She wanted to try and do that. Didn't happen. But it's sad. But at the end of the day, it's not oh, the woman helps a man, attain his goals and so forth. No, like Deion Sanders said, I don't need y'all to motivate me. I'll come with that. That's built in me from God. Y'all can't do that.
All right, vegan. Then we do open panel because I see a lot of people that unmuted. So after vegan go, then we can do an open panel because I'm trying to make sure everybody talk.
Hello.
Go ahead, my brother. Thanks on your background.
You hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to speak on what they say earlier about providing and stuff. First of all, I never had a woman ever ask me for no money ever. Yeah, I don't want to provide for another grown ass person. I'm good. Like, life is hard enough. Like, I'm good on that shit. If I ever hear that, I'm just gonna get up and leave. Like, cause that's not even what I'm used to. Like, no girl ever asked me for money or provide or anything like that. So sometimes when I hear dudes, I don't relate to that experience because I ain't experienced that. You feel me? So that was my take on it. Like, yeah,
I'm about to say, you better extend your term, man. Everybody that held you back from talking, you better get some stuff.
Yeah,
once I let them loose, it's over. I think a bunch of people got some rebuttals and all type of stuff going on.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a fact. I don't care who it is. Like, I don't care. I don't think no grown person should expect another grown ass person to provide for them. I don't care, male or female. Like, That's crazy to me. That's always been crazy to me. But you know, and they want to act like it's 1950. We in 2024. Fuck out of here. So that's what I had to say, man.
And you know, it
Open
just
panel yet? Is it open panel yet?
She's
yeah,
ready.
because I wanted to say,
I guess so.
Cannot. I cannot.
because you know, I
The
wanted to,
confusion is real.
I
We got to get out of this confusion because even though when I say women lead with degrees, I'm not saying they lead in with degrees because men are crying about going 50-50. I'm not saying it's the degree. The degree gets you into the profession for you to make the money. So don't cry about the women leading with degrees because they're trying to come help you with the 50-50. Like, stop crying about
You
stuff.
serious, Slim? You serious?
I'm serious.
You
Like,
said men looking for women to go 50-50 with?
Telling
That
us
makes no
in
sense.
2024, them degrees not even really getting us nowhere. Let's be real.
No, literally,
I
no.
mean,
I do want to
yeah, I
answer
mean,
this though,
if
cause
those degrees is
hold
doing
up, y'all,
something,
hold up, y'all, hold
I'm
up.
speaking in a broader
I'm just trying to see if she really meaning this though, cause
No,
I didn't know that
I'm
men cry for
speaking in
50-50.
I'm being
exactly.
I'm being funny at the same time. I'm speaking in a broader sense. I'm saying the reason why we keep hearing the rhetoric of these women leading with the degrees because these are what the men are saying. Every time we talk to y'all leading with I got this, I got that. I'm working here, I'm working there, I'm making this, I'm making that. The reason why they're leading with that is because now everybody got to go 50-50. So it's like y'all keep saying don't lead with that, but then y'all keep talking about y'all need to like take care of yourself. When we come together, you got to be able to take it. This is why they're screaming that stuff to the top of their lungs.
Slim,
It's
you know
like
why?
Work at Amazon.
Slim, you
Work
know
at
why?
Amazon or McDonald's.
Because just
Yeah, you know, I mean, for real, Kelly. You know what's funny though is like
I wasn't
Jeff
even being
Bezos.
serious. That is crazy.
Jeff Bezos' wife, right? She capitalized on Jeff Bezos' talent.
Yeah,
She
the
had
rich
no.
man.
Yeah, Jeff
I
Bezos'
feel like us as
talent.
women, okay, like
Who
we
started
spoke on
Amazon
earlier.
before her.
Get the man in your tax bracket. Get the woman in your tax bracket. You
But you know
can't
what happens?
require a 9-to-5 man to provide for you and give you this and give you that and take care of your household because they're not paying what they was paying back in the day. We're not able to. Everything was cheaper back then when our granddaddies and everybody was paying for what they was paying for our grandma. It's higher now. So if you want a man to fully provide, you're gonna have to get a man that's what, like he said, Jim, whatever the man name is, he got millions and
Jeff
millions and
Bezos.
trillions of money, and best to believe that man complaining too.
But
He
you know what?
complaining too to his wife. Best to believe all men are gonna complain no matter how much money they're making, because yes, it looks good now, and I'm getting this money, but at the end of the day, it goes quick. It goes quick. All they looking for is to continuously keep this money coming in, you know. And I think that's just with anybody. Like, I'm not finna, my 9-to-5 guy, I'm not finna expect him to take care of our household when they're barely paying anything for us to work a 9-to-5, for real. He could be the head, he could be the CEO, he could be the store manager, and he's still getting paid and underpaid. He's getting underpaid. That's just what I'm saying. Okay, yes, we can have our own businesses, this, that, and the other, but guess what? Businesses get slow as well.
Yeah, and you know what? Because Slim,
Hey, let me say this too though, man. Let me say this real quick though. Like, the reason why I got to call kind of cap on that situation, because I can't just think about a man crying about a woman not making no money though. Like that'll be like the most, and that dude get called sassy so quick. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I seen something like that. Maybe unless he was just a broke, but I just don't think that's like in his field. I don't see men saying, "Why you not making money like me? You better make some money or bring some." You know, especially when it comes to the money part. I just don't. I don't see that. That's some new stuff to me. That caught me off guard.
You know what's funny? It's like some will make those type of statements, but you know, Kev, like for instance, every piece of this land that people living on and so forth, men were unalived in battle for, and I definitely, you know, could attest to that. It wasn't because of a woman that were motivated or any of that. But I'm a wartime veteran myself, and it wasn't because you know, my wife. Nope. No, they were. It's built into us. Period. Like there's no. Oh, that's why when that reporter asked Deion Sanders, like, oh, who is motivating you? He was like, man, I got a mama that I want to get a house built for, things like that. He was like, dude, I don't need no motivation from you. It's in me. I'm gonna
Yeah.
do it either way.
And the same way, before I address something that Slim had said earlier, the same way that it's instilled in men and, like for centuries and since the dawn of time, mind you, it's instilled in women to not have to work and also have someone provide for them. Like the whole point of the women's suffrage movement was in order to protect women from unhealthy power dynamics that did occur in the context of relationships. Like that was the whole thing. Like it was just like to avoid abusive situations in which they had no power for themselves or autonomy in the household. Because mind you, Slim had said something earlier. She was like, yeah, like, if I'm making my own money and we're doing 50-50 and we're working together, but I mean, you could just get 3 jobs and own a business, and you're still leaning on, just what we've been conditioned for centuries. It's like why I gotta work 3 jobs? Why I gotta work 3 jobs? Why do we want to work 3 jobs?
So other streams of income, which is a good thing to have. I didn't say work 3 jobs.
But mind you, there's a
lot of men don't think above their 9 to 5, and that's
the whole point of the
that's
women
why we
being the
try to
helpers to
encourage,
come
like,
bring.
don't be so caught up in the 9 to 5 mindset. Know that you're more valuable to sit up and work for somebody and make them rich when you can make yourself richer. You
When
can
you-
all that energy and hard work you putting into that man that's got this multi-billion-dollar business, you could put it into yourself. But some people is okay with just working a 9 to 5, and you can't knock that man for that either. So it's just like we said, it's all about who we deal with. You know what I'm saying? That's
Some 9 to 5s we need.
I was
And what
about
I'm
to
not gonna
say,
do, hold on, Hugo, give me 1 second. 2 things I'm gonna address is when women lead with their degree today is to put down men.
yeah.
I'm just gonna say that. I'm gonna address that. They're not leading because mind you, and Kev, I've seen it.
Wow, that's the
And
devil.
yeah, I've seen it where men do cry about that 50-50. I've seen it. It is horrible. However, what sometimes the women online they do project on men that were never doing that. So when you get your degree, instead of saying, okay, I'm gonna have my degree, and when I get into a marriage, it will be a contribution to when I'm building a business. If I got a degree in human resource management, the more the business grow is very important for administrative field. If I got a degree in tech, that will be so much money for both of you. If I got a degree in nursing, that's beneficial for the family. That would save a lot of money on medical. So there's so many benefits for a certain degree. But what women are doing is taking it and saying, I'm better than you. In that aspect, the second aspect is what I'm not going to do is come out here and negate the fact that there are many men who have testimony that say their wife helped them. Their wife is behind them. So behind a great man is a great woman is definitely a fact. I've met many officers in combat, many senior enlisters in combat who said without their wife they wouldn't know what they would do because of mental trait that they bear. And I'm not going to say I'm gonna get up here and say that every man we're going to say it's a biological thing. Not every man have the desire to get up and go fight a war. In fact, there's more beast men and women alive today. That's why the recruiting restrictions are heavy. So we're not going to say, oh, it's wired into men to go fight. No, there's men eating their life away. So I'm all for, I get the whole going 50-50, especially if you want, it's say you want a man that comes into your life and he's like, okay, my goal is to provide. You both are young. Why not work with him? Why not use that degree and get to where you want? I've been in the financial industry and I've never met one woman that was not standing behind her man with her degree and in the administrative field and growing that business in the financial industry. So I'm not going to negate those men experience and those women, the work that those women put in. I'm not going to do that. And I'm not going to negate the fact that the women are getting, especially black women, we get our degrees and we throw it in black men's face instead of saying, you know what, you have your engineering business. Okay, babe, I have my tech business. Let's roll it out. Let's make some money. We don't do that. We have our therapy. Everybody's a psychology these days. However, when we date a blue collar man or somebody in the military, we don't utilize it in order to motivate and speak life into that man because they get broken down after war. And those are 1%ers. Not every man go to war. But you have men that are heavy in the construction field that need that support. So I'm not going to negate, and I'm hearing a biased point of view from both sides. And that's it.
Yeah.
That's the only time.
So Kelvin, I got one quick.
Hold up, y'all. Hold up. Before, because there's two people they haven't said anything. I'm gonna let Main Thing and Miss Beautiful go. Then y'all
Hey,
back
Miss
on panel.
Beautiful.
But I wanted to say this, because I really like it is making me laugh more and more though. Because like even if like we might live a 50-50, well they call it 50-50, but it's 100-100. But if it's 50-50 out there, it's petty anyways though. But if we talk about the money, right? I'll get it. Both pay bills, but whatever, right? I don't think men. I'm gonna say think because I'm dealing with so many men. I can't see them prioritizing money like women do. I just can't see. I can't see that. I need me a girl that got a job and all this other stuff. I think some men willing to work more than one job before happening. Because if the woman wanted to do what they want to, I think they prioritize more of what can you do for my family or other ways. You know what I'm saying? Maybe even just smicks. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think they prioritize money like. I'm turned off that you don't have enough money for me or you don't have a job. I can't see a man getting turned off because of a woman. Like, I don't know that. I just think that'd be like a, go back to what I was talking about with the sassy thing. I can't see that because I think women disqualify men when it comes with money. I can't see a man doing the opposite. You're not going 50-50 with me and stuff. Like, I don't even think the dude will get accepted for saying that out loud. You know what I'm saying? I just, because it's the man that got to come up there and try to win the woman over. So what the heck he gonna be picky? Especially some of them that just only trying to get buns. We gonna be like, you got a job first before I go hit that. I just can't see that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that just don't sound unless this the news. I don't know. That's just sound. But go ahead, Main Thing, and then Miss Beautiful after that. Then we go back to open panel real quick. I'll try to give y'all another 30 minutes.
No, Miss Beautiful can go real quick.
Okay. It's beautiful.
Hey y'all.
What's up?
Kev, I think I've talked about this before in your panel, but I've been married a long time. So I would say, and I'm in a happy, healthy relationship because we don't argue about money. I feel like it's situational. I feel like if you are married to your person and y'all may start out with both of y'all having to work. But if you are one, then where is the 50-50 coming from? Because if your money is together, who knows who's paying what? Because it's all we care about is that it's getting paid. We don't care that, because it's all in one bucket. So we don't care. And I feel like men who make a lot of money, who are very comfortable financially, they don't care if the woman works or not. They don't care about any of her degrees or any of that stuff because they can handle that and they know that they're providers and they cool with that, right? It's the men who cannot afford to pay all the bills that are being pressured by the women for them to be a sole provider and the women not have to do anything. And I think that's where that 50-50 is coming from. It's not coming from a man because a man would never talk to you about who's going to pay what. He don't care. Right. But men, a lot of men are being put under pressure with that 50-50 thing. And I think that if your husband makes enough money that he can provide, and that's who he is. He's a provider, and he's gonna make sure everything get taken care of. Then 50-50 is not even a conversation. But usually it's the man that cannot afford to pay all the bills. He doesn't make enough money to do that. Where you start talking about, and the woman starts talking about 50-50. But the thing is, if y'all are married and are one, all your money should be in one bucket. So you wouldn't even know who's paying what. Because all you know is that it's getting paid. So I think the 50-50 is just whack to me. It shouldn't even be a conversation. Because either y'all doing it together or he doing it and you're doing the work in the house. So you both work and you're just doing it in different ways. You just have a different role at the time. It switched for me and my husband. In the beginning, we both worked, right? And then as he got his business going and I helped him get the business going and everything and it got to going real good, now I'm retired and he's able to provide everything, right? but I help with the administrating part of his business, but I don't work, right? So it's like, it's situational. It just depends on your situation. It depends on the person you marry. It depends on what's going on in y'all marriage at the time. Because what I think people don't think about is when you're in a marriage, it changes. It's gonna change because things happen. Your wife get pregnant, have a baby, she might have to be out for a while because she got to be there with the baby, right? Or he may get laid off, and then she's the only one working, and so she got to carry it until he get back up. So you just don't know what's gonna happen. So you can't put that pressure and that stipulation on each other. Y'all are there to help each other. You're one. So everything should be in one pot. It shouldn't be this, I got a pot, he got a pot. Like, if y'all want to have separate pots, cool. But at least talk about it. At least y'all know where the pots is and everybody still got access. Y'all know that, right? If you married, you can have a separate pot, but she still can get in the pot because y'all married. And vice versa. So really, I think that the 50-50 conversation is ridiculous to me, because if you're married and y'all are one, there's no need to have the conversation. But it comes up when men cannot provide 100% without the woman's help, is when that conversation happens. And it's the woman that brings up the 50-50, not the man. Because men don't talk about money in that way, especially if they're in a situation where they can't provide all of it by themselves. They're not gonna have that conversation. I mean, they already have the pressure of not being able to do it. And you think I'm gonna have a conversation with you about us? We need to go 50-50. I need you to pay this and I need you to pay that. No, just put all the money in the account and you just make sure everything get paid. Simple. It's simple. We make things difficult. It's not that hard.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, it just sound nasty for a man. Like, I need me a girl to go 50-50 with. That just sound,
and men
that, unless this
asking
the
the
new
question,
day and age, man.
and then men
I'm like,
keep
I never
asking the
heard
question,
that.
like, why do we have to provide 100%? You don't if you don't want to. Nobody said
You
you
don't.
had to. I'm saying that men who make the money and they know their position, they know that's what I'm the man, I'm the man of this house, and that's what I am, a provider. He's gonna do it without the woman saying anything. She don't have to say nothing because that's what he do. He know what he's supposed to do. But the conversation with the 50-50 only comes up when he cannot do all of it by himself. And then now they gotta have this conversation about, and she brings it up, the 50-50, not him. See, men expect that if you my woman and I can't do it all by myself, that you shouldn't want to see me struggle. You should automatically just step in and do what needs to be done so we can make this happen and everything can get paid and we can have what we need. It's understood. But when you are a man that has the ability to pay everything, that's not a conversation. What are we talking about? It's not a conversation. It just happens. And I'll land there.
Okay. I already knew y'all better had y'all sat back and got y'all popcorn, and you already know she gonna spit.
Yeah, he said a handful.
I sent her Galaxy.
No, for real.
Because I said I don't care about nobody else getting gifts. I know. She be, man, I love it when she come up here.
She said everything.
It's open panel now. Everybody ain't in the rush now to talk.
I was going to say something. But what I was saying was, I just think that, like she said, it shouldn't even be a conversation until it needs to be a conversation. So I think that's where it kind of gets weird to me when I hear, like, when Raw was up and he was like, I ain't taking care of no woman. Like, well, we grown. She should know how to take it. Like, it's like when conversations like that aspire, or you hear a person say, so.
It's coming from a hurt place.
It comes like, why are we even having this conversation? Like, as a woman, especially, a lot of women work. A lot of women are not just sitting on their behinds. They're working. So it's like, we know that we gonna have to step in. Whether we got to step in the beginning, the middle, whatever point, we know that. But when a conversation is, the topic is coming off, well, I ain't finna, and I need a woman that's gonna go 50-50. It's giving petty. It's giving you coming through the door with this really weird conversation that doesn't even need to be had because I got you anyways. So why are we even talking about this? When you let me know, baby, hey, look, I need you right. I'm there. But it's like when I hear men come in or start the conversation with the 50-50 talk, it comes in, it's giving you don't got it. It's giving you coming in the door that way, and it's like, chill. Like, ain't nobody gonna let you struggle. You not in a relationship by yourself. That's what it's giving to me. I don't know.
Yeah, I would expect that too. What the heck, a man asking for that? What the heck?
Yeah,
That's weird.
like
You
it's
know
just
what?
weird. Like I would never be like, you know what? Hey, I need you to work right now. So it's crazy.
Can you
I
work for
need you
me,
to work
baby?
right now.
So it just goes back, Kev, to as far as scripture says, a helpmate. Nobody is, again, I do not hear, if somebody else is hearing it, I have no idea. I'm not, anywhere near folks on this panel. However, I do not hear anybody in our offices or any office since I've been engineering from entry level to director level and things like that. I don't see anybody talking about, oh, man, I my wife is, 50-50 and all this kind of stuff. No. However, I do hear him saying that, Lord, I hope, to avoid those that are not, wives in general. And these are curated coffee conversations that we have, whether, they're at my desk, I'm at their desk, whatever the case may be, because mostly men are engineers here in this country, not even just this country, but across the globe in itself. So it's like we have these conversations, man. I mean, we know what this is. I mean, even when I meet up with other brothers that's in the National Society of Black Engineers organization as we get ready for Houston, Texas, same thing, right? Same thing. If she's a woman of peace, most of us, I won't say all because I do know a few, but most of us prefer, like, not the ghetto stuff and all that kind of stuff. Soft spoken, can articulate herself, not loud, those type of things. That's value in itself. We don't care nothing about whatever degree you went and got and so forth. And the one miss I was talking about 9 to 5, don't really know what that is as far as, like, because when it, like, people will say things, and I'm not saying about Miss AB, but I hear a lot of people say things with this whole 9 to 5 thing. Um, I don't even know what they're talking about. Oh, 9 to 5. Yeah, I mean, everything. Your car came from a 9 to 5. It was manufactured somewhere. Somebody clocked in and put it together, and somebody had the PLC controls to program the robot. All of that. Yeah, everybody's not starting business. As a matter of fact, a lot of the businesses that get started go belly up because they're not successful to begin with. So I wouldn't. I don't know how one defines 9 to 5. I have no idea. So anyway.
Yeah, because everything is 9 to 5. Like whether it's you're making $30 an hour or $1,000 an hour, like it's just the structure of our society and the structure of capitalism in itself. And mind you, I'm in school for business administration. I'm 5 months from my BA. Like it's just one of the first things like we learn. Like Adonai said, is just like, I mean, I think, man, I lost the number. It was somewhere around like. It's definitely above 50% of businesses that get started shut down or just like go bankrupt or get dissolved within 365 days. Like it's just like not everybody can just start a business, and even if you do start a business, it's like it's not going to be as successful as like the structure of our society, which in a sense has developed so far to a point where it's just like everybody in society kind of just plays their role, like and it kind of devalues the idea that like everybody works, like and it goes back to what I was saying before. Like it's like women have just like entered the workforce, like for like it hasn't even been more than 100 years, right, since women have entered the workforce. And I think where this confusion comes from in the discourse kind of comes from this place of like men have understood since the dawn of time, like working sucks but we gotta do it, right? But it's just like with women, it's like unless you're in the context of like you're in a bad situation and you need to get out of it, so you need your own autonomy. It's like you kind of always essentially have like an opt out. Like you could essentially opt out if you wanted to. just depending on if you find the right situation for yourself. But for men, it's like we're never going to be able to opt out. Like Kelly said earlier, it's like not every man is like born a beast and ready to go to war. I mean, we've been in the most peaceful time in human history. There hasn't been a lot of wars that we have to actively participate in. But if you look at just recently, the Supreme Court I'm 24 years old. The Supreme Court just registered everybody 18 to 27 for the draft. So it's like if some go down, no matter what, like, and not just everybody, mind you, men specifically. Women have the option to join the military if they choose to, but mind you, the Supreme Court specifically stated men 18 to 27 are now registered for the draft automatically. So I mean, like, mind you, like these frameworks have always existed for us as men. So where we're coming from is not even a place of confusion, but more so confusion in how, like, confusion in what you guys want for your framework necessarily. And mind you, me personally, the way I feel about it, where I want to land on is just like, I think women should have the autonomy and the freedom to do what they want to do. I mean, that's the point of, democracy in our nation, just the ability for the American people to choose the lifestyle that they want to set for themselves. And, Angel dropped, but, she was saying what she was saying, it was just like, it just depends on the situation and context that you're in, and me personally, I feel like every relationship comes with like collaboration in a sense. And, it's just like, you just got to figure out what you want. I mean, but typically speaking, it's just like men have always had a great idea. Or, I wouldn't say great. I would say men have always had a solid idea and solid framework for what we want and desire. And that hasn't really changed.
Okay. It's got quiet. Quiet as it ever been. All right, so can we get through a couple of these then before? I guess
I was like, okay, yeah, this conversation was like all over the place.
Interesting. Right. So let's get to the first prompt that we haven't got to yet. So we got to the topic though, but the first prompt. Do men have a problem with settle like women do? If so, in what way?
So, oh my bad, bro.
Go ahead. You can start it.
Oh my bad. Sorry about that. So as far as like, yeah. So I would say, I don't know how some look at the settle aspect, but I would say that men, if we're looking at this thing in a worldly way, which I don't like, but economic, most men settle. Most men settle. However, for men mostly, if you want to call it settling or whatever, that's not a bad thing for us. In other words, settle meaning, I mean, settle. We may saw working at Target, or like Kevin Samuel said, working at Starbucks, and we were like, you know what, I'll take this one over the one that is all over the place, talking about degrees and all this kind of stuff. He made a great point that way, and that's true. So I would say most men do, in a way of, okay, she may not be the most skilled or something along those lines, but you know what? This woman is fit, she's peaceful, she's friendly, all those type of things. Man, I rock with that. Anything else, I could work with, some on another level, but I could rock with that part. Or if you're a Christian, for sure, she's a believer in Christ.
All right. What time are you dipping? I'm about to dip in about. I was gonna stretch it up, what you call it, but I about to dip
All right.
10 minutes.
Can I go?
Go ahead.
Okay. I don't think men have a problem with the word settle like women, because I don't think men look at somebody settling as bad or negative like women, because I think a lot of women take it as it's like, okay, if you settle right in life, that means that you done got with somebody that you really just like, okay, it really wasn't, I didn't get nothing out of the situation. I really settled for somebody who I really didn't like or really didn't want to be with to begin with. And it's just like, you almost feel like you wasted your time in your life, to where it's like, okay, I really don't understand why I even put up with this person for so many years, or I done put myself through this for so many years. And it's like you almost feel like you deserve better, or you should have been in the mindset to have better. But I think that when men settle, like they looking to settle down and stuff, they looking to, have kids and be there, for like be a family man. He's looking to sit up here and put up his player's jersey and not want to go out all the time, and he wants to build a legacy. It's not always about just being in a club trying to be around 100 girls and sleep around with 100 people that don't even know your first name. You get what I'm saying? So I think you can sit up here, you can have good settle, you can have bad settle. It's all about what are you looking to settle for, and what does that actually look like to you and for you, honestly. The first one was, why do a lot of women today get triggered by settle? Like I said, it's just sensitive. I think it's just a sensitive thing for women to, because like I said, they settle for men that they really don't like. Like, that's what I really think. It's like, if you ever seen a girl who was with a guy, like, and every time she's with this man, she building life. She been with this man probably a couple of year or two, right? But throughout this year or two, she been bringing up how her ex used to play a certain song. She'll turn on the radio and be like, "Oh, my ex used to play this song for me all the time." So now it's like, you feel like every time she bring up her ex, it's like, damn, you miss that nigga? Do you miss him? Shit, you settle for me, am I just good enough? You get what I'm saying? Like, cause some women, they settle because they get tired of running into certain assholes, like just not mean the right one that they want to meet. And it's like, okay, I'm gonna settle for him because shit, at least I know he actually he know how to provide and take care of a household and shit. He's a nice guy, and I know that shit. I know at the end of the day, he can sit up here, put me in a position just to take care of me, and hopefully I can grow to love him, or something like that. To me, those are people that settle. It's like, oh, I don't know. I just think, yeah, that's what I think. Women today, why women today get triggered by settle, cause shit, they tolerating a lot of shit that they just feel like they feel in their mind that they just too good for it. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Did that make sense?
Yeah. You be trying to. It makes sense. So let me ask this before I'm about to call it. So I'm gonna ask the last question, and then we're gonna do something different tomorrow. Yeah, because I gotta go to bed. I wanted to say. So I realized that selling got a lot to do with wants, right? Which I know that's right. So would that be considered, if you decide to get what you need in your life over your wants, wouldn't that be considered settling? Because it should say desire. I think is equal to the definition. Desire, settle less for your desires and wants. But I think if we pick, and I think that's our problem though. We always going for our wants because like we can consider it being like if I was saying I wanted a fat booty or something like that, but shoot, I settle for a woman that's giving me what I need in my life, over my wants. Because I don't think that selling has anything to do with needs, right? From what I'm hearing, and then if you look at the definition, it sounds like it's more of a want thing. So I think ain't that the goal?
You know what? I think for men, like, I think we just don't have the capacity to quote unquote settle in a sense that like women do, just in the terms of like, when you think about it, it's like men are kind of competitive by nature and, women kind of learn competitiveness in a sense. Because I mean, when we think about the structure of our society, it's like, men, there's like, I want to say maybe there's like 10% of men who do, but for the 90%, it's like 90% of men is just like so much of what we want in life, literally, like it none of it will be handed to us. It's like we have to like stride. We have to make great strides to receive what we want. I mean, and mind you, I'm not saying all women, don't have to strive for like what they want, but I mean, it's a good 50% of women who can just receive what they want and not really have to strive for it. And I'm not invalidating the other 50% that like, are going to strive, but I think it's like a choice again, like, because again, the women's suffrage movement was really just to protect women from abusive power dynamics. Whereas like,
I'm giving everybody a minute, man.
Whereas again, we kind of just work for the sake of the fact that there's nothing that will be handed to us. There's nothing. So, I mean, for men, it's like settling is kind of just like, it's like you'll only see a man settle just in the terms of like, I'm physically incapable of going further. But if a man's physically and mentally capable of going further, like, say for medical issues, they're going to keep going further. Like we can never stop. Like it's impossible for us to stop, and, I think, just in modern times, what we're kind of learning as men is to establish a limiter on ourselves in order to, I mean, I think we're in a time where we're trying to establish what it means for us to settle. But I think in the context of history, we've never really had the capacity to, just because society in itself requires us to continuously strive to structure everything around us.
Based on my understanding of the question,
Dang, I put the time on too long. Freak. Hold on. I'm supposed to do 1 minute. I'm making sure I'm going to bed on time.
Okay, no problem.
I guess it's 2 minutes then. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. All right. Hey everyone. I know I'm late, but to answer the last question, it says what do you think men do for women for them to make them happy? I honestly I think it's everything, and I think that's what's the problem. Back in the day, they, men were told that you have to be the man of the house, this early, or there was a time when a man was literally on a show saying that he had to provide for his mama and his grandmom, at the age of 15, and then now he had to grow up in a in reality of doing the same thing for his family, and he didn't get the chance to be a boy. Basically his childhood got taken from him. So that was another stance that I want to put out there, because they really think that they have to sacrifice everything for make somebody else happy, and that's their reality at back then. As far as now, they're like, nah, I ain't going for that. I ain't going for that. So I honestly think that it's just everything, because now women are asking or demanding too much and bringing this type of how would I say it, this delusion of, oh, you gotta do this for me, you gotta do that for me, you gotta do this for me, and I do nothing. Yeah, it makes no sense. So yeah, that's my my take on the last part. As far as everything else, y'all, I wish I had some chicken and waffles. That's what I will go half on at this point. But but good night, y'all. Good night.
Yep. Everybody turn that once they turn, they getting dropped. I'm making sure I'm going to bed on time. Go ahead, Nate, you next.
Wait, what is this little countdown thing?
Yeah, you gonna see what it's gonna mean, son. It's like Yeah, just get your last little what was the question I asked? I don't forgot that fast. Dang, I forgot the question. Question. What was this question, y'all? Y'all remember the question? Type it. I asked something. Y'all can you remember the question? Nobody? Nah, it wasn't that one. I think I asked
Nobody
something else.
remember. Do men have a problem with the word settle?
Nah.
Is that how y'all forget the question?
Man, I could have sworn, man. All right, man. So I'm just prolonging it out. Everybody done forgot so much wasn't that important then. So I appreciate all y'all. Love y'all. I see y'all tomorrow. If y'all see y'all tomorrow, I'll do a different topic. And I'll catch y'all. Because nobody remembers, so it is what it is. You feel me? It's like, nah.
Hey, Carrie.
I try to save it. She's like, hey. And we can't unite. All right, y'all.